you're drowning, kicking and screaming. And now you want it from me. You think it's just that easy for me to throw out your lifeline so you can be free. I'm not angry, I'm just saying it's not right, not for you and for me. I'm just waiting to escape this. Then you drag me back down in the deep, where you lay your head all alone down here, waiting for someone to save you. You've pushed me too far and now you can't see that I'm drowning, kicking and screaming. And now you want it from me. You think it's just that easy for me to throw out your lifeline so you can be free. I'm not angry, I'm just saying it's not right, not for you and for me. I'm just waiting to escape this. Then you drag me back down into the place where you came from. No one else to lean on. You can't blame the ones who walk on when they turn their back and they leave you so alone. I'm not angry, I'm just saying it's not right, not for you and for me. I'm just waiting to escape this. Then you drag me back down in the deep, into the deep. Smoke cleared and I'm still standing. This is a world
So yes, greetings to you all, and to you, Mr. Anthrax. Can you hear me, my good sir?
I can most definitely hear you. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Could have done without the wait, but hey, patience is a virtue, and somebody's name.
I don't want to know anybody named Virtue.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. This is, of course, ESEA South Africa and the Open Division, the only division, Goliath Gaming versus LeetPro eSports. The quarterfinal was supposed to be played last week and is now only going to be played this week. So let's hope they manage to sort out the veto and everything. Apparently, they're busy picking sides and choosing maps and stuff. So we'll give them a few minutes on that. Maybe we'll ramble on. Maybe we'll give you more music. What are we going to do, Anthrax?
I'm always happy to chat. Apparently, I have a little bit of verbal diarrhea.
Yeah, I think we both suffer from that at times. So we will definitely talk a bit. So while we're waiting for the guys, just to mention here, Goliath Gaming finished 4th in the regular season. LeetPro finished 5th. So it's actually on paper at least, should be pretty close.
Well, I mean, you can only hope so. The last time I casted a game with you was with Goliath Gaming, and we were expecting a lot closer game than what we actually got as well. So
this is true.
From my perspective, I'm hoping that Goliath Gaming are ready to knock some heads. But looking at the side of LeetPro, you've got some really good players there. Some veterans in the game as well. Among some of them cranks. I mean, he's gone from COD to Battlefield to Counter-Strike to anything.
Yeah, that's true. He's been around, as have a few of the LeetPro players been on. There's also an ex-COD guy as well. I think Vinny's also an ex-COD guy.
So aim is not lacking in that side, that's for sure.
That is true. I do know with LeetPro they actually made a recent roster change. I was casting at the LeetPro LAN a few weeks ago that LeetPro actually won. Oh, ironic. But God Complex, one of their new players there, is actually not in the team anymore, and he was pretty much their top fragger. Like, he's a relatively new player, but he top fragged probably a good 2/3 of the maps that we casted. So I wonder how much
So
of an effect that might have.
is that more a how do I say think synergy thing, removing him, or I mean, because clearly it's not because of his performance.
Yeah, I think it was. I noticed at the LAN, obviously you've closer access to players in a LAN environment. There was definitely a little bit of frustration in communication, that sort of thing. Because when you are a sort of a pug player or a pickup player or whatever, and you move into sort of a pro team kind of setup, it's different. The communication is different. What you have to call, the kind of information your teammates want to hear, that's all changes. You've played at the top level. It's quite night and day. So I think that was probably part of it. Maybe he needed to go to a slightly less high tier team to kind of learn his craft a bit.
Well, I mean, communication is key for any of these online games. I mean, it's the deciding factor between winning and losing, and also the fact, or rather, whether you can keep a cool temperament or not. And if that's the case, there's always going to be that, like, well, should they have not invested some more time in trying to get that synergy going? Maybe teaching the player. I feel that maybe in South Africa it's slowed down a bit, but we've come from a place where a lot of players chop and change teams, and nobody's guilty of it. It's just people trying to find their feet in a how do I say, in a newly forming or developing space of esports in South Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. And sorry to change the subject, but I do have the map picks here. From what I can see, Cranks is actually, you mentioned his name. He's actually the guy who's feeding me the information. Thank you, Cranks. The man with the loudest voice in South African CS. He shouts it every round they win. That's pretty fantastic. So LeetPro's got cash, and it looks like
No. I'm getting info from goals. You're saying it's Inferno, Train, and Overpass is the third map.
Yeah. I'm trying to interpret the way he wrote this, but yeah, you're right. It's Inferno, Train, and Overpass, because he's using symbols to say which is in and which is out. So I'm like, wait, what does that mean? Oops. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry for misunderstanding.
That's a good one. I casted the Valkyrie challenge last week, the first week, and all the maps I casted were Inferno. So it seems to be a very popular map in South Africa at the moment, amongst the ladies and the gentlemen.
Indeed, very much so. I think the map picks that we've got here are pretty much, aside from Overpass, like the kind of maps that most teams are going to be confident playing. Inferno, Train, most guys these days do tend to play them. Overpass, it's a little bit more specialist. I've seen GG play it a bit. I don't know too much about LeetPro on it. I saw them play it once at the LeetPro LAN, but it was against the female team, who are, of course, not really a match for the top professional team. So
Overpass definitely has fallen off the radar in recent months.
Yeah, you don't see it too much in ESEA. It is one of those maps that does require a lot of preparation to actually play it well. Because if you try to pug that map, it's really hard to get to the CTs. So you do need to know what you're about. And there's a few teams who used to be in ESEA, like specialists on it, like XTC were one of the teams who like to play it a lot. Energy, of course, during ESL Africa last year, played it a lot and then sort of left it towards the end of last year. But yeah, if you don't know what you're about on that map, you can really get burnt.
You watch a lot of these teams, and it is becoming more a case of that Bravado leaving, opening the door, the tragedy that's happened with Damage Control, leaving even more space within the South African community, CS:GO community, where teams kind of need to find their feet, and people need to kind of start to stomp around the yard to kind of make a name for themselves and show people exactly what they're all about. And we were chatting about it earlier with regards to playing as much CS:GO in as many tournaments as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you got to take every opportunity. We don't have enough CS in ESEA, I think, at this stage to necessarily kind of abstain from playing in certain tournaments or whatever, because let's face it, you do want to earn money and get good prize pools and things like that, but for the majority of teams, that's never going to be a reality. You just need to play in as many competitions as possible to try to up your level and kind of catch up to the top guys. And for the top guys, it's on them to also make some space between themselves and the rest, because the rest, of course, want to catch up.
For sure, and that's exactly it. Is the hunger will always be there from some of the younger teams, younger players, and they will always want to try and achieve and be able to pip the top dogs. And if you give them even just an inch, they will take it. They'll be more than happy to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. So update here, they have managed to sort things out from their side. They're just trying to now figure out how to get the server going, because unfortunately, just so you guys get the full information here, this match was actually supposed to happen last week, but it was postponed, and because of that, usually things on ESEA are automatic, but now they're trying to do it manually, and nobody seems to quite know how to do that. So the ESEA admins are needing to get involved to actually fix it and make it work, and that's what we're waiting for. So it's not that we want to stall you guys, it's kind of that we have to.
There is more CS:GO coming, though. I mean, I can smell it. I can smell it on the horizon. So it's not a case of that, maybe we have had a slow start to the year, but there's a lot of processes and procedures that need to get put into place. I think last year was a space where everybody was just trying to hustle to make things happen. And this year is more a case of making sure that it's done properly and setting up some proper foundations for South African CS:GO. I feel that we don't actually have a proper league infrastructure in South Africa for CS:GO. We have what VS Gaming is doing, but there's still a market and a need for more consistent leagues.
Absolutely.
More rewarding consistent leagues. So it's only a matter of time before this stuff starts to happen.
So what you guys will see happening here, because I have advanced information from Cranks, is that the match will go live on Dust 2, which it's not supposed to be on. So they're trying to figure out how to restart the server. So he says what's going to happen is it's going to be restarted by an ESEA admin, and they'll have to rejoin in a few minutes. So I think what we might do, rather than ramble forever, is actually just go to a little break. What do you think, Barry?
Happy to do that.
Cool, we will do that. It's not that we don't want to talk forever, it's just that we don't want to talk forever because we have a full best of 3 to cast, yeah? So we need our voices, guys. Please, this is for the greater good. Cool, so we will be back in a couple minutes while they sort out their server issues. Do apologize for the issues. Send your angry letters to Barry. It's his fault.
Do it.
Cool, guys. Back in a few.
You see, the thing is, I wanna make it with you. 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 It's just such a chore, and your dish is always dirty. You're such a bore, till alcohol makes you flirty. And then you whisper in my ear something about love. Everybody knows that you were acting up, but I don't care. You're my dirty dish. You see, the thing is, I wanna make it with you. 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 But do you want it too? We are the ones that are and are not. Believe the lies of the that say this cage is where they always keep us. We're told that our mistakes are all that we are. The cost that comes with getting up. Walk away from it all. Should we just give up? We are the blind, we are the lost. Run from all our mistakes. When we turn away, we are the blind, we are the lost. We give away, but then we keep it. We create a distance when we're with you. Gravity pushes us away. Never seemed to make a lot of sense. We never really understood the fact that gravity pushes us away.
Well, CS greetings to everybody. Mr. Barry, can you hear me?
I can.
Fantastic. Well, they just did the knife run, so I'm assuming they're going to start pretty soon. And yes, match restarting, guys. We're finally underway here. It is ESEA South Africa Season 27 quarterfinal LeetPro eSports. Sorry, I got that wrong. Versus Goliath. eSports. It's been such a long wait. My tongue has gone to sleep, man. It's LeetPro. Goliath Gaming, LeetPro. Go, Barry.
You want me to do this? I'm not doing any predictions as everybody wants. I hate predictions. I just like to enjoy the game for the simplicity of it. Goliath Gaming on the side of counter-terrorists. That's always a nice way to start this particular map, is on the side of counter-terrorists, I feel, anyway.
Yeah,
So,
you do want to be CT. I think it's a good spot to be on.
very aggressive push here from LeetPro as they push out, unaware of Deviant on balcony there. Eventually, Vinny taking him out, but right now, Vinny doing all the work for LeetPro here as they get onto that A-bomb site, and Neff getting a trade out. Vinny still doing the work though for LeetPro. Hakim decides to put that one to bed, and he decides that this is done and dusted, and Goliath Gaming take it, but Vinny almost carrying LeetPro on his tiny little shoulders.
Well, I don't know about tiny little shoulders. He's a pretty big, beefy guy, but...
Don't pick on guys like that, bro. I try and play him down, make him out to be a decent guy, and we got to now go knock the sides of his shoulders.
Vinny with 3 kills in that round, and as you said, he almost did it, but he couldn't do it all. He would have had to ace there to take the round, unfortunately. And Goliath Gaming, well, that's the start that they would have wanted.
Most definitely. So SMG's Hakim, the man with all the damage in the previous round, picking himself up an M4. Goliath Gaming meaning business here. They obviously want to try and make as much cash as possible with these SMGs to try and set themselves up a nice little buffer here. Deviant still holding on that balcony area as that up there. Looks like Hakim just making noise down Banana as LeetPro slow the game right down after that very aggressive push on that first round.
Of course, they got the bomb plant, so they're going to want the AKs, yeah? So no reason to fully invest. But I do like the Deagles. It does give them an opportunity to get a couple of long-range headshots and maybe kind of turn the tide of the round. Talking about tide, it sounds like the sea is falling out of the sky outside. Sorry, Cape Town people. Apologies. But I hope you guys can't hear it on the microphone.
Got to be that guy, don't you? So, looks like a push up Banana here as Bananas actually pushes out onto the bomb site first. Massacre getting himself one, but Bananas quickly trading out while Hackham rather does some great work with that MP4, but slowly putting it to bed, and the bomb will go down again.
Jeez, that's good for the economy, but I don't think they could hold off this retake unless they hit some crazy shots, and they might just. Cranks does. 2v1 though, and he doesn't have armor. Whew, okay. So it could have been exciting, but it ended up being sort of a damp squib there because he didn't have armor.
Yeah, I just got caught up in that magical dance moment there between Cranks and Goals. As he, I mean, it was Deviant that finished him off, but Goals was actually forcing him in through back of that B bomb site there as Goliath Gaming again efficiently dispatched LeetPro. But damage is being done there. They got what, 3 of those players finished, and we're in the third round, and we've got pharmacists and UMPs in the hands of some of those Goliath Gaming players. While LeetPro, after those 2 bomb plants in the first 2 rounds, picked themselves up a full complement of utilities, armor, and accompanying assault rifles.
Indeed, and the attempted airstrike going on here in Banana, and unfortunately Tianki is going to be the recipient of a FAMAS to the chest there, so it doesn't work out for him, and I think that was a little bit of an oversight to push him up there without support from his teammates. The smoke, of course, intended to cut him off from his teammates. Somebody probably needed to push up with him to trade.
Sure, you're using all those utils to do some damage. At least have one extra player backing him up when he makes that push, because a trade could have possibly happened there with Hackham or Massacre rather getting taken out. So instead, a little bit of a waste of utils and an actual player. So interesting to see spotted out there early from Goals. So more damage done onto Goliath Gaming as Cranks has dropped all the way down to 22. Still great use of the utilities here from Goliath. And Goals getting himself another 2. Might actually be able to finish off Cranks. Nope. Thanks, Auto Director.
Yeah, wrecked by Auto Director and wrecked by the UMP. Neff adds some money into the bank there with those 2 kills as well. An easy round for Goliath Gaming in the end.
For me, it is a simple game, Andrew Penguin, because if you had to ask me to explain Dota, we would be talking a very different language. Yeah, it's just about the amounts of coins you have in your purse and what guns you can get with it.
Jeez. Yeah, Dota for me is particle effects and colors, man. I don't understand any of it.
Neil deGrasse Tyson wouldn't be able to explain Dota to me.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same boat. I'm too much of a meter hit for that. I think CS is the game for us as athletic types like you and I, you know?
Hey, I'm doing okay, man. I've turned over a new leaf. My new year started in March. Watch this space.
Nice. Can't wait to see it.
Early picks there for LeetPro, but a lot of damage done. Those Deagles are going to have to work overtime, and without any armor coming up against a full spectrum of AK-47s there, it's going to be a really difficult battle to try and take to Goliath here, as LeetPro just try and look for any sort of space, any micromic inch that they can get through onto either of these bomb sites. But at this point, all they're actually managing to do is get the bomb down and nothing more. Yeah,
it's been encouraging that they have been able to get the bomb down, because a lot of teams will get denied and they won't even get close to the bomb site. They have gotten in there, but you got to say the conversion ratio so far hasn't been high, and I don't think it's going to be, considering where they're walking out. Oh, Cranks! And I was just going to say, if he could get behind the box there, he could maybe crack off another shot there, but Neff catches him in the air, so no possibility of that. The Deagles are dangerous, though.
The nasal cavities of all of those players have been efficiently cleared out, and the AWP now into the hands of Nefan.
Yeah, good to see. I mean, he's definitely come on in leaps and bounds with the AWP. He didn't look like an AWPer when he was picking it up last year, but nowadays I think he does.
No, for sure, but I was going to ask you, do you think Nefan would be better suited to have an assault rifle in his hands as opposed to the AWP?
I think in his oh geez,
Ooh,
Tianqi
that hurts,
receiving
that
some
hurts.
nades. And if he finds another one, yeah, he's gonna go down. But wow, I was gonna say he might get a kill. He gets 2. Tianqi, how did he do that? 6 HP. That was way too aggressive from Goliath.
AK-47 in the head of any enemy will be destroyed.
Oh, this
Simple as
could
that.
be big.
Deviant walking past each other. Vinny being fortuitous enough to get the spot, and now LeetPro looking like they're on top here as they're going in on a 4v2. Nefon with the AWP, Goals with that M4, and it looks like a tactical retreat coming in here for Goliath Gaming, as there's no way they're going to be able to retake that bomb site with 2 flashbangs.
Yep, definitely not worth doing, especially with the AWP as well. It's not a great retake weapon. So, and also as you pointed out earlier, Goliath's economy has been hurt a little bit by LeetPro continually killing a few of their players each round as well. You know, that keeps the economy within check. But to come back to Nefon, I do feel like at one point he was definitely one of South Africa's best sort of pure riflers. He almost played an entry role as well. He was in DC a few years ago for a bit. He is explosive. He was one of those guys that like Apocalypse used to refer to as like one of the fastest players in terms of shooting you before you can even see the guy kind of thing. So it's interesting that a player like that's actually gone over to the AWP, because you know, typically a rifle like that, you're going to want him, you know, at the sharp end of the T side, running in first or second, you know.
Well, that's the thing, and you look at someone like Nefon, and he's picked up the AWP, and he's completely made it his own, you know. And I'm not gonna fool anyone, and I don't think Nefon would you know, scoff at me saying this, but he's not the best, but he's definitely made himself completely proficient with the AWP, and he's made it something, you know, he's made a space for his team by picking up that AWP and showing just how mature of a player he is by being able to become that versatile player that they've needed.
Absolutely. Vinny so far actually been doing pretty well, and Neff could be in a bit of trouble here. Manages to escape somehow. All the bullets grazing him and the fire as well. This guy's immortal.
Not immortal, just read that one like a storybook. Threw the flash out, flashed himself out of cubby before the danger came. I think he heard all those footsteps and knew that there were way too many people for him to take on with that AWP. And decided to just retreat in a more favorable position here. At this point, LeetPro still yet make anything happen, and I'm getting invited to CSGO games now. This is the only time I ever open up CSGO is when I'm actually casting a game.
Oh, we didn't see that on Order Director, but people are dying. Tianqi here. Oh, jeez, he nearly moved off that wall, and that could have wrecked him. So it was a fake, but it hasn't completely faked them out. Massacre's got that utility to hold them at bay, and that could cost them here, because that's going to allow the rotation to come in.
It is here as they push through. The Goals just going through that smoke and that flashbang, getting himself one pick. Crank's trading out immediately though.
Oh,
Able to do anything is Massacre, and Tianqi finishes off the game for LeetPro, putting themselves second round on the board, and now the economy in tatters for Goliath Gaming here.
yeah, unfortunate for them. I would have thought in that plant situation with Cranks going for the fake, if you'd asked me to put money on who's going to win that, Massacre or Cranks, considering the HP and the positions they were in, I would never have put it on Cranks in that situation, because he still had to re-equip his weapon there. Somehow kills Massacre, and I think that's the key kill there that turned that round. If that hadn't happened, well, it was pretty much over.
No, pretty much. The bomb would have been on the bomb site. Massacre would have been more than happy to just sit there, as now Desert Eagle rounds firing down the apps there. LeetPro still taking this as seriously as they can, knowing that Goliath Gaming are on a possible save here.
Ooh, walks right into it. Slowly gets 2. I thought he would get 3 there, but Bananas mugs him at the last second, and this round is pretty much lost here for Goliath. It is interesting to me that Nefon would pick up a Deagle and armor in that round, considering he is the guy rolling with AWP, because he won't be able to buy the AWP in this round now because of that.
Maybe they've decided to change up and stick him with an assault rifle. He had the AWP for 2 rounds and didn't really do much with it. I feel that LeetPro, when they do decide to make their executes onto the bomb sites, are quite aggressive, so maybe catching Nefon a bit off guard, or making him play out of position where he's not feeling comfortable.
Yeah, it could very likely be. It's still fairly strong buy for them. They got plenty of nades to work with, yeah. But LeetPro now showing what they can do. It looked like they were getting beaten down a little bit in the first few rounds, but at this point, LeetPro look very much in it. And again, the opportunity to drop Goliath Gaming's economy down the toilet, so to speak, if they so desire.
I think you pointed out the 4 and 5 respectively on the ESEA league table.
Yeah, so very close. Geez, that's a rather fiendish angle from Deviants. I like that.
Barely see the slits of the door there, and Deviant manages to take Slowy almost all the way down to 50 health there. Oh.
Gee, we got CSGO'd by that nade. I thought it was going to do a lot more as well.
As well.
Oh, the entries. Yeah, but he sprays both of them down. Nefun, he couldn't see a thing.
Well, the weirdest part for me is that both of those LeetPro players stepping out there and both looking in one direction. If you're going to do that, surely one would be covering the one angle, the other one covering the other. So someone let someone down there. Nefon taking full advantage of that and happy to pick himself up 2 kills.
Yeah, now posted up in the flowers is Massacre, doing a little bit of exploring of the wildlife. But Hakim, I was going to say, might not need him, but he will definitely need him now. And that's that.
Massacre, even while he's strafing, manages to get those bullets off and into the opposing enemy. And Goliath Gaming just stopping that runaway train from LeetPro there as they take that round in the nick of time with Massacre finishing off Cranks. Still money in the bank, though, for LeetPro to muster up a bit of a buy here. So, something to work with.
Yeah, they've got enough and still very dangerous, considering they've looked good with the AK so far. And, well, Goliath still in danger of potentially getting reset here. But Honest playing the hard lurk, he's very good at this. I'd be worried. Ooh! What? Okay.
Massacre just playing way too aggressive there with the FAMAS. I mean, you know you're coming up in against AK-47s here. FAMAS behind that wood is not really going to ever do much damage.
Gee, they tried their best to catch that nade as well. They went long and they almost caught it. Both of them getting chipped down there.
With their teeth.
Jeez, yeah. Well, trip to the dentist after this game, boys. 5-3 at the moment. 4 players alive on both sides. Vinny now probing around. He's playing the lurk towards middle. And geez, he's going to do some excellent work there. He just manages to bait him completely for Tianqi. So his death was not in vain.
Going to burn Nefon spotting out Slowy there. So no rotation for LeetPro as Slowy was just left lurking on that B bomb site, completely unaware of where Goliath Gaming was on that site. Possibly, maybe almost baiting out a call. Have Goliath here because maybe they feel that there's only one player, and there is now only one player as Nefon gets taken out by Tianqi. Rotation now going into B bomb site.
Saw this a lot out of LeetPro at the LAN. They like to do these wraps, and this could potentially cost them. There is the kill for Tianqi. He's got 15 seconds. He will get the bomb down, but HP definitely not on his side. And at the LeetPro LAN, LeetPro did this quite often, and it only worked about 50% of the time against a team that aren't nearly as good as Goliath. So I wonder if we're going to see them continuing to do that. Post-plant situation 1v1.
Back and just stepping out into the middle of the site there, taking the fight to LeetPro, almost finishing off Tianqi, but now it's all up to Deviant, looking all over the bomb site, dropping out that
Oh, he
smoke,
got it.
playing for the Ninja defuse, and Tianqi completely unaware of where Deviant is. And yeah, a little bit of egg on the face there for Tianqi.
Yeah, feels bad, man, when that happens to you. They get the bomb plant, they get the cash injection. Unfortunately, where he planted versus where the player came from just didn't leave him in a good position to potentially spray that down, because he would have to step out quite far. So you can understand, considering the position he was in, that he wouldn't want to step out because he's going to expect it's a fake. And of course, Deviant, well, the wily old dog, he's going to hold it.
So back down to what's that? I mean, Goliath won that round, and they still got nothing to work with. I mean, LeetPro have 4 AKs. Well, they had 4 AKs and a Deagle, and the majority of the damage have been done by those SMGs from Goliath Gaming, as they've actually now traded out all those SMGs for AK-47s. Really been a good round for Goliath.
Yeah, great aggression out of them. They, of course, knew that they needed to be super aggressive and push somewhere with those weapons to make them work close range. And they did the right thing. I mean, it's risky to push down mid like that, but it worked for them. Goliath are very good at that. So, caught LeetPro off. I mean, Goliath do it quite often, so we shouldn't have caught them off. And Cranky nearly catching all of them with their pants down. I think if he had any other weapon than a deagle, he probably would have killed a couple of them.
3 players looking down second mid, and Cranks comes up through whatever that place is. I've gone completely blank. And
T-Apps.
T-Apps, and almost takes all 3. Could have taken all 3 of them out, as you said, if he had a better rifle.
Yeah, it could have been potentially terrible for them. He was the only player without an AK-47 in that round, so luck was on Goliath Gaming side, not so much on LeetPro. Now it looks like they're going for a bit of a rush. They're going to catch some of the airstrike as well, and that's going to drop them low, but they're getting the kills.
Oh! Wow, nice fast movement there with those PC-50s.
Well, this is...
I mean, this is just exactly how you would play that kind of round with those pistols. But at this point, lots of bad time to reload there for Neff as he gets himself one, and then Tianki just waits for him to step out. It's just up to Goals and Deviant now as 2 AKs. Still.
Oh, this is crazy. 1v1. Goliath Gaming's got to be sweating at this point, and it's Deviant again.
Oh, this won't do it again, and Slowy actually catches him out. Nice patient play there from Slowy, not taking the bait from Deviant this time, and actually reading that really, really well.
Yeah, I would have laughed had he actually stuck it, because Slowy was thinking, no way he does it twice, right?
Well, he was right.
He was right. I just would have loved to see the other alternative. I would have totally clipped that and posted it. 7 to 4. And
money for everybody.
Yeah, money for days. Well, at least this one round anyway. And Goals catches a nice angle there. The flash from his teammate. Doing some big work.
Finding great movement here from Goals. He's really almost going back to his former days where, you know, those first couple of shots are on point.
I think we've discovered the immortal pot plant there. Thanks, Massacre.
Yes.
Cool, trades happening.
Auto director, they're just totally duffing us around. Nefon, the only one left on this bomb site. Rotations need to come in from Goliath. Spots out the top of Vinny's head, but Tianki, long range engagement there, finishes himself off. Massacre as well, and now just Hack'em left. 1v3, has a defuse kit, just one flash. Hack'em's got to go for it.
He does, and he's got some low HP on a couple of these players to work with, so if he catches them off, it could work. And he catches Cranks off and doesn't kill him.
I feel like he should have got Cranks. If he got Cranks there, it might have been a different game. But just not working for him. Maybe the immortal pot plant was on Cranks' head.
It felt like it. He also picked a fight with the only player who actually had HP there. So that's a bit unlucky. But I guess the luck is being evenly distributed. We saw LeetPro getting... Cranks getting rather unlucky in the previous round. So I guess he found himself some luck there.
A great amount of rounds for LeetPro on the side of terrorists here. Basically guaranteed themselves at least 6 rounds going into the half, as Goliath are on a couple of upgraded pistols. Real proper force buy here with some armor and some util to work with. Just what is the cash? Not looking good at all, and I don't think is it necessary to make all that investment for a default hold?
No, I don't think so. I think you want to get aggressive with the pistols. Do something similar to what they did previously with those SMGs. And yeah, he could find himself a kill, and he actually does. So now coming towards them. And it was default, and it wasn't working, and now suddenly it is. The numbers are in their favor.
They moved out of position in default, didn't they? Starting to look for players. And Nefon almost spotting out the eyes of whoever was on the right there. Is he actually aware? Cranks should get caught off guard here, and a game or round rather that shouldn't have been in the favor of LeetPro is now quickly turned around into the hands of Goliath, where I said that LeetPro have guaranteed themselves 6 rounds. Nope.
Yeah, I would have totally backed what you were saying there. I mean, at the time, I absolutely believed it with all my heart. And Goliath Gaming decided something else. There's Massacre going to pin him to the ground. And that's around for Goliath Gaming. It's hard to even see how that happened. It just looked like, initially Goliath Gaming were in a default. It wasn't going to work in that. And LeetPro's attempted wrap through CT. It looked like Neff was waiting for them to do that, and that was the first kill that got them a rifle, and from there it just started to unravel.
Yeah, I'm too scared to say anything now with LeetPro buying those pistols and getting some armor and utils. I'm expecting LeetPro to win this now.
Sometimes feels like that's how it goes.
There it is.
Jeez, how did he even survive? But the nade does get a different person anyway.
Lots of damage done with those utils there. Banana's out. Yankee down to 15 health. That banana push just completely snubbed.
Banana push, I see what you did there. I approve.
Thank you.
So pretty much routine around here for Goliath Gaming. LeetPro, I'd say the best they can hope for now is a 9-6 potentially. That's what they're saving for, of course. And well, while the round goes on, if you guys are enjoying it, please drop a like and a subscribe, and send Anthrax not a fruit basket because he's on a diet now. Send him some energy bars and stuff.
Fruit basket would be perfect.
It's got sugar in, man.
Fruit sugar, that's good for you.
I don't know about that, man.
It's not strawberry ice cream.
Actually, fruit salad and strawberry ice cream I could go for right now. Eh?
Yeah, I remember when you had Brussels sprouts with custard on them.
Yes, I do remember that. ESL Africa Season 2. I thought it was cheese sauce, man.
But you were the only one.
I did go first, to be fair. Like, I dished up first. So
and I just thought that looks way too much like custard. But I was actually surprised the guy stood there watching you dish this up.
Like, why didn't he say something? Come on.
So 9-5, and the save less than appealing for LeetPro, but aggressive push again here from Goliath as Goals wraps around, picks himself up too, but eventually gets halted in his tracks by Slowy. Vinny coming to the party and getting himself another one. Lots of back and forth play here, very aggressive as Deviant comes again and starts to push. Vinny gets through the smoke, turns around and absolutely destroys Vinny. What am I watching? Deviant? I want that man tested for banned substances, specifically the Toblerone.
Jeez, that was rather insane. He's kind of lucky there was an AK lying nearby as well, eh?
Acviant.
Wow. Okay, so 10-5 there, Goliath Gaming, making it look easy in that last round. And they do look their best when they're aggressive, to be fair. Like, I feel like they should have probably been a bit more aggressive at times in that half.
That is just absolutely ridiculous. A nice, solid performance coming in from Goliath Gaming there. And they'll be happy with that, but definitely something that LeetPro can work with here. Pistol round win, and they'll start to maybe believe that there's a way that they can claw themselves back into this game.
Yeah, indeed. I don't know how I'm going to claw back from the custard and Brussels sprouts thing, though. But to be fair, they tasted better with custard on them than Brussels sprouts normally taste because they're terrible.
Oh, just thinking about it has made me not hungry.
No more ice cream for you after this. So 10-5. This is ESEA Season 27, the last quarterfinal before we head into the semi-finals. The first of which is on Wednesday, I do believe, and it is pistol round.
It is pistol round. Glocks, got to use them. Many people together. Oh, sweet baby Jesus! Except when Bananas does something like that, then all the utils and weapons in the world can do nothing for you. Deviant decides to repay the disrespect that he showed towards Nefan there. And again, oh, look at that. Slowly getting spotted out again by Deviant. So good work being done by Deviant as Goliath just trying to find a gap here. Oh!
Jeez, the headshots just raining in here, and it's all on Massacre. Vinny does go down, so it is doable. 2v1. I think that's a very good situation for Massacre, but jeez.
This is where he does his thing. He likes to run around, make people chase him. A fun player, Massacre. You know, he just really likes to terrorize. He's my kind of player.
Oh, the full disrespect always, and I like that. It shows you he's confident, but there are two players facing him here, so he needs to find a 1v1. And if they don't cover each other properly here, they could potentially be in trouble. They got to know that he's coming from here, though. Well, that was simple.
I think it was a little bit more complex than you make it out to be. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, they were clearly aware of where he was coming from. You saw how they
No.
sort of shifted to actually take that angle into account. So smart from them, because in those sorts of situations, players often get a little bit overzealous and go, "Oh, well, we're just landing the headshots. We got this. Let's go for the fight," and then they lose. So that shows some discipline for LeetPro. Good to see.
Oh man, right now, it is exactly what LeetPro wanted. That win with those SMGs. Again, create some space, build up towards that 10-6 deficit that they are currently living with.
Yeah, they got a good opportunity here. Vinny nearly catching himself a CZ there. No, you don't want to catch a CZ if it isn't a teammate throwing it, right?
No, not at all. The scoot, though, in the hands of Massacre, up close and personal. Spots out Cranks. Cranks gets the sound of that scout, decides not to take it on. And just a nice, slow, comfortable pace there from Slowy as he taps away at that MP9, finishes off two of the Goliath players.
Just peeking him gently one by one, making it easy for him, and he might even find some more here. Oh, and he does. Last bullet there, 11 HP, and he gets the kill.
Hackham left. Two youngest players on that side.
Oh,
Hackham dispatching Slowy, who was already on 11. So, pop himself up there and get himself an MP9. Something to work with, but Massacre's already been spotted out. The trade happens, Massacre drops Yankee down to 50. And Bananas just lining them up, getting himself a 2-for-1 special. And Goliath starting to lose control here a bit.
to answer your question, Andrew, I last had bacon this morning with my breakfast. I felt like that's important to say.
He's not a hobo, Andrew. Went last. And you want to know when he ate? He didn't eat 4 weeks before that. He ate at the previous broadcast as well, which was probably a day before that.
He's trying to imply that I'm a poor esports professional, which is entirely true. Oh, Neff getting himself a kill there. So pretty much regulation rounds. I don't think Goliath should be able to get too much. And as I say that, I'm going to stop writing them off. And geez, Vinny, you needed to react faster, man. You watched him for a while there, and he's in a lot of trouble. Hackham should get him, and he does. And that actually makes it competitive here. And now it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But F1, MP9, and a dream. Franks, Tianki, I don't think it's going to happen. Order director's going to... Yeah. Just wasn't going to happen.
I guess the issue for Neff there is with an MP9, it's not a great weapon for like, finding picks unless you're like super close. So I think he was unlucky. If he got a different weapon, he might have been in with the shots.
Well, that's the thing is you're more concerned about the long range engagements than the close ones. So you end up spending your time looking in the distance than actually right next to you.
Indeed, so we do have the buy. Crank sticking with the MP7s. That's somewhat of a goals move. Goals always likes to do that. So it's one of the few players that you see do that on the international stage. There's Goals' doppelganger, Chris J from Mousesports, who also does it. It's weird. Have you seen how much they look alike?
Dude, I have already started a petition. I actually had Chris J talking to him on Twitter about it. And eventually Ash even has admitted to it personally that it is his doppelganger, and he's considering actually changing his haircut.
Well, if I was him, I'd probably arrange for the untimely demise of Chris J. They are like the second best team in the world. Goals can go join the second best team in the world and just speak in a Dutch accent, and then he's got it. Set for life. Wait.
I don't see that being a problem, and I could give him my WSG jacket, and then he could literally look like he was part of Mousesports.
That's true, red jacket. So slowly on the angle. He's pretty handy with Yorp.
Flash is going to need to come out. They've heard that AWP, so in comes the smoke blocking off that AWP. But a nice counter smoke coming in from LeetPro. as Goals just completely stepped in front of Hack'em there as he sprayed down. And this UMP doing some work, but not enough as Goliath get onto that bomb site. They should get the bomb plant down. Nope. Nefan not going for the bomb plant.
A little bit worried about the plant position, and thankfully the smoke coming in there, because he could have been sold down the river.
He's hearing that off just ringing out, completely unaware of where to actually plant this thing. But the retake needs to come in as LeetPro starts to slowly creep inside.
So only got a single flash and a single smoke here, so not a ton of utility, and that flash isn't going to do it a hell of a lot either. So it's all on the aim deals, and the aim deals, well, Goliath Gaming are all about those, and they're just destroying them here.
That was some beautiful crossfire there from Goliath Gaming. Just waiting patiently, Massacre in the back of family there. Stepping out, getting the 1-2 taps. Then the nice crossfire there coming in from Deviant.
I kind of feel in that early Brown situation as they're about to take the site, Slowey got way too aggressive. He gave up his position and he pushed the smoke with an AWP as well. It's just, I don't think that's a great decision at that point because, you know, there is no percentage shot close up with an AWP. It's a no scope and it's sort of 50% luck. So, woo! Talking about luck.
My God, that was absolutely destructive. Massacre is going to be crying himself to sleep tonight.
Got to break the safety blanket out for that one.
Oh my God, that was awful.
I got PTSD just thinking about it.
So that just shows you the sheer destruction and how potent a deagle can be when it works well for you.
Well, Cranks has shown it works well for him, but Deviant on the angle. They're working together, our Goliath Gaming, and this is good to see. Some coordination out of them. And still not committing to a site yet either, which is smart at this point. You want to keep the guys guessing, and geez, Slowey's not guessing about anything.
So
I guess I'll take that kill.
That bomb's all the way at the bottom of the bomb site at the moment, and Nefan trading out Slowey. One player each on each bomb site, rather, for LeetPro as the rotation now coming in. Vinny has taken another one off screen there, rather, with that deagle. And another one coming in with Tianki, just showing people how to use these deagles are the players of LeetPro. They definitely have been practicing. It's all up to Nefan and an AWP. This is going to be hard.
Very tough. Tough to have eyes on the side of your head when you're staring down a scope. But he's staying scoped in, of course, and somebody might walk into his crosshair, and Tianki is going to oblige. He's been the hero of the round so far, but making it a little bit easy for him there. And that audio cue is going to tell him where Vinny is. Vinny needs to find a headshot. He doesn't have a kit. Is he going to stick a 10-second defuse?
Yep, he is. Because Nefan...
No,
what?
Why?
Oh my God! Oh my God! All Nefan has to do now is just hide. Well, it doesn't really matter. Oh, Nefan, you little beauty. Vinny's going to kick himself right in the pants for that one.
Wow. Okay, well, he won't know. Of course, he doesn't have the X-rays like we do, but Nefan wasn't buying at all what he was selling there, and had he just stayed on it, he could have gotten a 10-second defuse, which would have just been stupid.
Oh, that was a simple scenario. If Vinny had stuck that, Nefan would be kicking himself in the pants. But it just didn't happen the way it needed to happen. Vinny just going to be screaming mad at himself. And yeah, another win for Goliath Gaming. So push themselves a little bit further away from LeetPro. And more work to be done now by LeetPro as they are on pistols, and Goliath Gaming have completely rotated through archers.
Taking a leaf out of the LeetPro book here, and that's going to be the B-bomb site pretty much for free. I think in that last round, it really wasn't that Vinny necessarily did anything wrong, because that's generally pretty accepted doctrine. You're not going to hold down a 10-second defuse. He couldn't have known that Nefan wasn't going to peek him. So it looks worse than it was, I think.
No, for sure not. I mean, but, you know, when you get to 6 seconds, I'm just going to stick it, man. Really, you're on 6 seconds. You've got nothing to lose. You're not going to have the time to go and find the player, kill him, and then come back and defuse. That's just simple maths.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, it doesn't look like they're even going to get a kill here unless Cranks has got something to say about it.
Got the phased eagle, man.
Got the phased eagle. Jeez,
5,000 odd kills on that bad boy. I don't think I've got 5,000 kills in total.
I've got 50,000 kills on my AK.
That's because you bought it from someone.
No, not at all. grinding, relentless grinding for no apparent reason because I don't play in a team anymore.
So, holding on to the armor and that deagle, Cranks, obviously more importantly the armor than anything else, because he definitely wouldn't have had enough to buy himself armor and utilities. So, smart play there. Double orb setup coming in for LeetPro as they decide to take this game now all the way to Goliath's backyard. Goals, keeping the Mac 10, as you pointed out earlier. It's a goals tactic.
Yeah, he's also banking on the fact that players won't have head armor because the economy's under pressure, and he'd be right. 4 of them don't. So it could actually be a huge snake in the grass, so to speak, from Goliath Gaming. Slow getting a kill, though. Oh, and there it is. He killed the only guy with a helmet with a headshot. What?
Goals getting himself that Mac 10 kill. Come hell or high water, he was going to get a kill with that Mac 10. I can just hear him. Aware, guys. Just listen. Aware. I'm going to get it.
Yeah, that does sound like him. But he picks the only person without head armor to get that kill against. It's just that shouldn't happen.
No, not really. And he's still looking for more. He's still playing it.
Interesting smoke setup here. I'm assuming that's probably going to the left side of mid, or maybe library looking at the angle. I haven't actually seen that one before, so these things don't usually catch me off guard. Need to do some studying.
He's probably going to turn and throw it into banana or something like that. That was just the beginning of the setup. We're expecting it to be in mid or something like that.
Oh, making it easy for Slurry. They know where he is. They are at a pretty big numbers disadvantage. Goals goes down. Deviant, though, the aim adjustment. This guy shooting things through smoke all day.
Yeah, I think he spotted him just over the smoke there because Tianki was crouched, and then when he stood up to just look over, Deviant spotted him. But I think quite fortuitous. Oh, beautiful shot there from Bananas onto Nepan. Bomb is down. Deviant's on his own, though. 1v2. Cranks and Bananas, 2 players that play really well together. Do not line up. And they do. And they do. Oh,
no.
My God. How?
Jeez, that was...
Just as I say, they play well together. And then I say, do not line up. Wow. Wow.
Jeez, that's not going to be heartbreak for Goliath Gaming fans, but if you're here for LeetPro eSports, that's got to hurt a little bit. They're both just looking in the wrong direction as they walked into his crosshair, and it was still on him to hit the shots, and he hit what he needed to. Deviant looking good.
I was going to say, don't take anything away from Deviant there. The 1-2 tap just perfectly lined up and did what needed to be done.
Got to say, Deviant in this lineup has looked particularly good, like whoop, through the wall there. Compared to other points in his career where he's been more of a supportive player, you kind of expect him to come into Goliath Gaming and continue to be a supportive element, but he's been one of the hard fraggers for this team, and he is the oldest player. You again think, oh, you know, the skills is going to start to fade at some point, but not in Deviant's case. He's got a new lease on life in Goliath Gaming.
Yeah, Nefon also doing pretty well there with 21 kills on the board. Deviant spotting himself out an arm of Vinny's arm, and pushes himself up to 21 as well. So, nice solid performance coming in from pretty much all of the Goliath Gaming players. Tianki, a bit of a standout for me for LeetPro at this point.
Oh, rather dirty headshot, so he's not going to be happy with that. But Massacre also getting into the side, and they wouldn't have expected that. Banana's clearly not expecting it.
No, I think he dropped that incendiary and didn't expect Massacre to use his surf map skills to get over that.
Oh, Massacre, he's at his best when he's effervescent like this, when he's being cheeky, and it works out beautifully for him there.
You know, that's the problem, and I say it's a problem for the other teams, is when you've got someone as dynamic and as creative as Massacre on your team, create spaces that most normal players don't. And that's what gives you those spaces to work with.
Yeah, you need guys like that. Guys are going to take the initiative. And there's Nev getting himself a kill with the last bullet.
A wild Nefon appears.
Well, LeetPro are going to have to go wild in this round with not too much. I mean, look at that. It's scraping the bottom of the barrel and trying to get the pennies together there. They've got a buy, but it's not a great buy. And that auto shot here, I wonder what Bananas is going to get up to with that.
I saw a better buy at Christmas in Lagos one year.
I don't doubt it, looking at what they've got here. And, oh, Neff going to be dropping Vinny there. So it is map point here on the Goliath's map pick here. This is their map, and they're looking really good for it.
There is, okay, firstly, Tazzy, this is Goliath's pick, and Cash is actually not even in the rotation. Tianki, nice UMP kill there, but Deviant immediately trading out onto Cranks. So a little bit of work being done here from LeetPro. They are actually going to the one bomb site that has literally 85% of the LeetPro players. This auto shotty spots him out over the top, and Hack'em gets put down. Neff on left, and that shotty really paying dividends now for LeetPro as they pick themselves up 2 kills. But they have one problem. His name is Deviant.
Jeez, and he's been looking good so far. Can he do anything? No, he walks too slowly into the peak there. He probably needed to put on the jet shoes a little bit.
Yeah, more of a wide peak, so maybe LeetPro delaying the inevitable, because I can tell you now, there's still enough money for Goliath Gaming to make something happen here.
Yeah, they got enough money. They don't actually have as much as I thought they would, considering all the rounds that they've been winning back-to-back, but good and overall. Oh, sorry.
That bastardized buy, that LeetPro actually ended up winning, was great work from them.
Oh, but now things are falling apart. These 2 early entries here, that is going to set back LeetPro massively. And so is that nade. Drops in Tianki's face just as he finds some bullets.
Nice fast play here coming in from Goliath as you watch how aggressively they push up Banana there. But also at the same time still, having the sense of mind and the presence of mind to use those utilities. Cranky getting caught off guard there again by Goals with the smoke in his hand. And the bomb now down, and all but said and done, unless Vinny pulls off an absolute miracle here.
5v1, it's going to be tough. He gets the first. Hack'em the man on the angle, and who would you want to trust with that angle other than Hack'em? The guy hits headshots for days. And that is going to be that on the first map. We will be going to train next.
Fantastic. And that is LeetPro's pick.
Yeah, so let's see what we can expect from LeetPro. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you send fruit salad for Barry. I actually realized I've got my own. I do actually have some in the fridge, so
I'm gonna go get some water.
I'm gonna get some fruit salad, man, like in the break.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. Well, we will take a quick break, get some provisions, and come back for another map of great CS. See you guys in a couple minutes.
Cheers.
Free from the handcuffs, won't pass the chains. The answer's always very clear. When the guilty is to blame, I'm moving mountains. Oh, can't you see? I won't stop till you surrender. I won't stop until I fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground? Because you never had the courage to stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. I am the warrior, I am the change. I've been hiding in the shadows, waiting for your judgment day. Rest assured, you're to blame. You can't walk through the lake of fire without feeling the heat of the flame. In a picture perfect world full of masquerades, disguising and hiding, but the truth remains. Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground? Because you never had the courage to stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. You got a reason to follow my lead, so hold on to me, stand up. You got a reason to follow my lead. So hold on to me and stand up. You gotta reach to follow my lead. So hold on to me and stand up. You gotta reach to follow my lead. Now hold on to me and stand up. Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground because you never had the courage. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. I think that I'm alright. I think I'm not so tired. I just feel the pressure of the thing that I have in mind. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I cannot just sit for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I know that would be mine. When the winds are glow, like a picture of the time. When the future is the home you're looking for. Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something I can make in another day. 'Cause I'm all done fading away. 'Cause I'm all done. This is what I know, I just keep running. Always working fast and hard, never thinking about now. Believing I'm happy thanks to all the things that I have to try. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I cannot just sit for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I know that would be mine. Would be mine. Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something I can make it another day. 'Cause I'm all done fading away. 'Cause I'm all done. This is why I know I just keep running. If I survive but then we keep it. We create a distance when we're with you. Gravity pushes us away. Never seemed to make a lot of sense. We never really understood the fact that gravity pushes us away. Walk away from it all. Should we just give up? We are the blind, we are the lost. Run from all the mistakes. When we turn away, we are the blind, we are the lost. Gravity seems to lie when it pushes us all aside. We force out these stars. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. Walked on straight from my bed. We'll never look back. We're not the blind, we are the ones that face the mistakes that we make. We won't turn away. We're not the blind, we're not the lost. I finally know why I can't get an answer. I finally know why I feel like a number. They keep a secret into their mind. They never document for telling lies. Make me feel at least like a monster. Make me feel at least like a fire. It seems I can't find a place to go. There's a world of things I'll never know.
And I do believe we are back. Mr. Barry, can you hear me, my good sir?
I am here.
Fantastic. Well, these grown men are running around and slashing at each other in ways that, well, your mother wouldn't be proud of. She told you not to run with a knife, after all.
I'm not going to say anything.
So if you've just joined us, guys, this is ESEA Season 27, the last quarterfinal before we head into the semifinals. LeetPro eSports versus Goliath Gaming. Goliath Gaming winning the first map. It was their map pick. It was Inferno, and now we're on LeetPro's pick. It is Train.
Ooh, Slowy with the Julies.
I like. Maximum disrespect. I love it.
Maximum disrespect. Is that Forrest's favorite attire as well? Or
The
is that Get Right?
Julies Get Right used to rock the Swedish Julies, the
Yes.
blue and yellows.
That's right. Ha, that's right, Get Right. So it looks like an Ivy push here coming in from Goliath. Might catch LeetPro off guard a bit, and Chloe getting picked off, so those Julies not going to be doing anything this round.
Ooh.
And Vinny catching Deviant off guard there and just putting him down. Tianki as well coming to the party as Goliath find themselves on the shy side of a 2v4 situation.
Jeez, Vinny looking rather good with the USP in the last couple pistol rounds. Goal's now the last man left. He's going to walk into Banana's crosshairs. Banana's making hard work of it initially, but Vinny again getting himself a multi-kill, double kill there. Bananas with a double kill, and he picks up the Julies too. Gotta love that. Gives him back to
Here's
Slow.
the Julie's back. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Oh, reference game on point. So 1-0 here to LeetPro eSports, and that's a pretty good hold from them. I thought it could have maybe gone a little bit wrong there with goals managing to get out into yard without being seen, but overall the headshots are landing, and that's pretty much all they could ask for, right?
Most definitely. Look at this. Nefan might be able to pick up Cranky here, but Cranky not going too far into Drop down there as Hakim. Thank you, sir. Sit down. Deviant should get himself another one. Doesn't actually. He should have put that down, but Tianki fortunate enough to get away pretty unscathed with the 51 health. The trade out coming in, but that deagle again from Hakim, and those Julies yet to actually do anything for Slowy, as Vinny chiming in for LeetPro one more time, as Massacre now just trying to spray down with that dead at long range.
Goals has got past the defense.
Did might be able to catch Tianki off guard. Auto director just robbing us of all hopes of anxiety and tension. Goals.
Well, everybody's staying alive there somehow. I don't know how that happened, but Goals, he's gonna do it. He goes for the knife and he gets it, and the follow-up kill. He's blown things apart here, and it's all in bananas now in a 2v1, and he doesn't even really know where the bomb might even be.
Nice work there from Goals. Just patient play coming in, using the knife I gave him. Stabbed Tianki in the back many years ago. I'm actually surprised he still got it.
I kind of felt in that situation that maybe Bananas might catch the rotation of the bomber there. I sort of held my breath a little bit as I was saying that, but somehow the bomber does get out without getting caught, and Bananas now walking around hoping he's going to find somebody, and he will actually. It's on Goals. He's up here in the heaven area, and he should catch him off. But geez, he's taking a lot of damage. And there is a kit here on Bananas as well. If he finds this kill, it could be his. He's now going for the stick, and Goals is reloading. This could be disaster for Goals. As Bananas got it, he's got it. How? Huge failure there.
Absolutely crazy. But the problem is he knew he tagged Goals a little bit more. So Goals actually couldn't afford to just drop out and go straight for it at the fear of probably dying from the fall. So smart play from Bananas there. And the second round on the board for LeetPro. Nicely played.
Shaking my head still, man. I think I'm going to pull a muscle in my neck from that one. That was just, how did that even happen?
So he's mixing it up again now with the auto shotty. So some really dynamic plays here coming in from LeetPro as they start to get into the nuts and bolts of this round. Goals picking himself up a AK, hoping he can do some work. Cranky, you dirty little boy. A far range shot onto Deviant. That bomb does go down. A little bit concerned though. AK-47 UMP, nothing much here. That auto shotty working well for Vinny there, and Slowy rather, as now it's just up to Hakim, and that was poor.
Yeah, not a great afterplan from them there. And I also got to ask, how did Slowy get away with his life there? 2 HP when he got those 2 kills, and his teammates were shooting at the bad guys too, and somehow he didn't cop a stray bullet there.
No, he didn't. So match paused. It looks like a player's dropped for the side of Goliath, which is Massacre. I hope to God this isn't one of those 40 minutes.
Oh, there we go. Jeez, God was listening, man. Look at that.
Thank you.
I do remember when the one time we appealed to him at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it just didn't happen. It kept.
I was almost standing on that desk. I was getting so angry.
It was bad, man. Yeah. Yeah, it was not good moments when you start your cast at like 12:30 and it goes into like, what was it, 5 overtimes?
Yeah, somebody mentioned in the stream, would I like it if this game went to 3 triple overtimes?
That was probably Andrew, in which case, Andrew, I'm going to take you off mods. It could be exciting, but, you know, we also need our beauty sleep. Have you seen us?
Hey, I'm beautiful. I don't care what you say.
No matter what they say.
Go for it, Mike.
There's the nades, though. Neff, well, dropped a clean 50 HP there. Goliath Gaming with a buy here, and the buy is a little stronger than LeetPro's weapon for weapon. So it could very well be around that they set back the CT side finally.
Right now, as you say, buy looking pretty strong. Damage already done onto Neffin. Famas in the hands of Tianki. UMP in the hands of Crank. Coming up an AK-47. I don't know if I'd like those odds. Those guns are both quite capable. The double drop here. Learned that from SK. So they don't hear the double, that there's 2 people in here.
Well, Crank still gets a kill though, and that is going to favor the T's, however, because it is splitting the defense somewhat. At least it was only the UMP and Tianqi. Well, he does some big work here, and doing huge work is Tianqi, but there's goals coming out, bringing it into a 2v2.
Those FAMASs and UMPs have actually done all the work for LeetPro here. So the two guns I actually pointed out coming up against AK-47s have actually been doing what needs to be done.
Well, there's the kill for Hackham. I was saying that he might have... I was going to say that he might have fluffed it because he didn't get the first headshot, but... Bananas, is he going to run through the fire? Runs through the fire and gets down the kill. How did he do it? What?
It's banana things. It's what he does. You should know this by now. And again, they've dropped Massacre. So this is not looking good here for Goliath. I don't know when actually Massacre dropped out of this game. So
I think he had died on the server when he left. So
but he might have, you know, did he time out? And that's why he died.
Yeah, that could be a factor. Although the one thing I will say is Bananas is looking remarkably sprightly for a retired player.
Yeah, he is, as well as Vinny and Tianqi. Those three players are playing really, really well for LeetPro at this point. Looking at Deviant, the star of the previous map, not really doing anything at this point. Nefon as well, the star of the previous map. Both of those players in the low 20s, I think mid-20s, now are sharing one kill.
Yeah, that's not great for them. Our reference on the retired is Bananas actually announced last year that he's retiring, as did Zero Chance. Have you noticed they're both playing this year?
Everybody's retiring. Everybody's retiring. The only person that is actually retired is Saint.
Yeah, he did it for real, actually. But yeah, it doesn't seem like you can plant these guys, eh? I mean, they call it a day and they just keep coming back. And he's looking good. But Bananas is one of those players, I think, in the local scene. If he perhaps wasn't as, I guess, divisive a character, he probably could have gotten himself on one of the top teams and been one of the really impactful players. But I think he's always had a bit too much personality, one would say.
Hey, I had a lot of personality. I managed to maintain a good team. So never say it's personality. Personality's good.
Well, Bananas and I do know each other fairly well, so don't worry, I'm not wrecking him. He will tell me that he played this game without his hands on the keyboard, and I'll tell him I casted it with the monitor off. That's generally how we roll.
It seems pretty fair.
So, LeetPro
we're supposed to have our monitors on?
Yeah, geez, what the hell?
Just doing it off of HLTV's little text thing. Is it on there?
Scoreboard.
I feel like asking that kind of nullifies what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, a little bit. So Goliath on pistols. It is not a full force, but they've invested around the 2,000 mark. They'll be able to buy in the next round, and it is, you know, a buy that could potentially catch them. And Bananas looks to be the man who's going to be receiving them.
Right now, pistols, 4-step pistols, some damage with those utils again, as to be expected. Goliath just trying, Goals stepping out there, trying to see if he can get some intel. Right now, these pistols with armor not going to be doing much. Hopefully get to take advantage of that lose bonus coming in the next round. And, you know, the idea obviously with these pistols and armor is to try and do some damage, make them buy, and there's...
Wow.
Second one for Hackham.
Third
one for Hackham, you little biscuit. And just unfortunate there, Tianqi picks him up, and Hackham did some great damage there though. 3 rifles out of the hands of players, and I suppose it's exactly what they wanted. Maybe it would have been better if one of the other players had come to the party with 1 or 2 kills as well.
Oh, then it would have been winnable. In that situation, you could see LeetPro were sort of allowing him space, thinking we'll mop him up easily, go for the defuse. And, well, it didn't really work out so well because they weren't double peeking him or anything or making it difficult. Did Cranks just look away there at the moment that goals got through?
I think he thought it might have been a flash.
Oh,
so
jeez.
Not getting that intel, and Goals getting himself 2 kills there as he's been allowed to move freely on the bomb site. And Goliath Gaming pretty much mopped that whole site clean. And the man who actually could have spotted Goals has run screaming.
Well,
Goals is the man that ends up finishing him off as well.
well, a great round out of Goals, and You got a feel for Cranks as well. He thought it was a flash coming through, so he looks down and doesn't spot goals getting out there, and the rest of the defense doesn't know that there's a player Olaf, and that's that man's goals, and he absolutely unlocks everything with the 3K. So unlucky, but goals did shoot what was in front of him, so well played from him.
Most definitely. And you think to yourself, 5-1, surely LeetPro should have a little bit more cash to buy something here. And it just shows how much damage or how close the rounds have actually been. That LeetPro haven't been able to actually hold on to any guns or enough guns to maintain a decent economy.
Absolutely. You got to also think that 3K out of Hackham a couple rounds back. That's really come home to roost now, hasn't it?
It will start to burn the old poop strings for any team. Is that a little flank? That.
Oh. Jeez, Tianki and a Deagle. I'm worried, man. Oh, and Tianki, he gets himself one. Will he get another? He escapes with 22 HP. I almost thought he'd get the double kill there.
Oh, that is what Massacre is known for. Those little tippy taps. As little health as Tianki had, those tippy taps, they just hurt so much.
Yeah, Slurry, the lone man left here. He's just going to hope to get himself a gun. I think it's not a winnable round at this point, but if he can walk away with a free weapon, I think that'll help the economy out at the very least.
Goliath just playing safe. They are 5-1 down at this point. They don't want to lose any guns, so there's no need for them to go actually hunting for Slowy.
Yeah, it's on Slurry to be the aggressor, yeah, and he's going to make it out.
Nope,
And get
he's
himself an
going
AK.
off. Oh, did he get himself one? He did.
Well, okay. Well, that's rather the windfall for him. Goals there potentially might snuff him out if he finds him, yeah. Slowly don't
Nice.
peek.
Nice presence of mind not to actually run out into that long alley there. Get possibly picked off. So picked up the AK, tosses that out to himself. And like you say, just helps the economy out a bit, but not really anything much they can do except hopefully buy up around the AK.
Yeah, I've got a question though why Slowy's invested this much in terms of nades around it. If he just bought the armor, he could have bought an AWP in the next round. Now won't be able to do that. Massacre. Having a little bit of a close range engagement there.
Not as much damage done as he would have liked. Franks is aware that there's someone there, but doesn't look and turns around and actually takes him out.
Jeez, cranks with the
Being aware.
deagle.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
And I guess
Oh,
Tianki
hello.
with any pistol. Look at that. Rings his bell twice.
So weapons are being acquired here by the side of LeetPro. Starting for every kill that they get, just makes it even more difficult for the remaining members of Goliath Gaming.
Got to think the rotate needs to come in, and there it is. I just thought for a second it might be a little bit too late because this is pretty telegraphed from Goliath Gaming that it's going to be B here. So two players here waiting, and one of them is Slurry with that stolen AK. Nice flash from him there. Doesn't actually catch anybody though, but he does catch himself a kill, and he finds another with a headshot. Slurry, that one weapon that was saved, it's turned out to be a pretty big factor, and will he get the closing kill? He does.
So the hero AK doing the work, 3 kills. He can notch onto the stock of that rifle.
Jeez, you're making gun collectors of the world over have horrible nightmares of trying to file off somebody scratching notches in his gun stock.
That's
Don't
how
do
it should
that.
be. You can just replace the gun stock.
Yeah, that's true.
It's an AK. I doubt people are collecting those kinds of weapons.
It's utilitarian. It's like a hammer.
You can tell I'm not a collector of antiquities.
Nah, neither am I. Got no use for him, but I do respect the people who do. And ooh, jeez, Tianki. Well, you got to respect somebody who
landed-
can eat that many nades.
In his apron. Well, I'd collect Ribble Rabble if you've ever been to the Middle State Studios.
The hats, the pins, the little bobbleheads, all the cool stuff. Vinny, though, I don't know if for you, does he have a weapon model there?
I'll have a... Franks does. I don't want to.
Vinny, I think, who doesn't. But anyway, the kills are happening here, and trade back to a 4v4.
Those little cement boots on the top of the train. 4v4. Damage on Tianki. Damage on Hakim. Oh, dude.
How did he do that?
He did that with the reflexes of a ninja cat. Same one that Tianki has.
Deviant under some pressure, yeah. And, he's going to catch Tianki looking the wrong way, and the bomb site is unlocked.
One step more, and Tianki would have had Deviant. You felt it in your bones. There's no ways. And he just turned around at the last moment. His goals popped out of... Drop there. Is that Pop Dog? I can never get them right. I think Pop Dog's ahead there.
What?
Okay
Jeez.
then.
Slowy. You maniac, you. Look at that.
Chloe's going ham at the moment, yeah.
Look at the spray. I think that's pretty appropriate because he probably had no right getting that kill, actually.
He actually needs a sorry, not sorry.
Wow, okay. So LeetPro in a couple of occasions here potentially stealing rounds away. Goliath, I think they could have been on 4 here had things actually gone their way. So this is what LeetPro needed if they do want to take it to a third map, of course. But Goliath need to convert these.
Right now, Vinny with that MP7. Deviant with the Galil. A little bit more aggression here coming. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, cat just stood on my leg.
the dangers of casting from home, eh?
Need to just go and plug up these holes that I have in my leg.
Oh, through the smoke.
Sorry.
How did Slurry do that? This guy keeps doing things that he shouldn't be able to do, so that is helping out LeetPro a ton here. Kill for Massacre, though, does come in. Goals also finding one as well. Slowy with the one tap. Jeez, that was casual.
Chloe is doing way too much work here for LeetPro at the moment, and this is a man with a very small frame that has a few players on his shoulders.
Oh, Massacre now getting feisty. He needs to find this kill. Jeez, and they're not going to find them.
Yeah, someone for the side of Goliath needs to make something happen, and it's not really happening.
Oh, this is smart. That could have been huge. If he'd gotten that second kill, this would be his round. He did the right thing there, playing the time as well, not immediately taking the shot. But now they know where he is.
Well, he has one advantage. Slowy is on 12 health. But Goals needs to get that one pick. He does have the bomb, but he doesn't have time to rotate. No utilities.
And there's the kill. Simple as you like. Slowy again with the hero round. Triple kill. This man can't be stopped at the moment.
A little bit of passive-aggressive coming out there towards the end of the round.
Well, I mean, you were pointing out a little while ago that somebody needs to step up for Goliath Gaming, and it's really only goals so far. We've seen a couple of nice rounds from Hakim, but they've sort of not impacted the round win. Goals as kills have, and, well, he needs one of his teammates to be doing similarly.
Most definitely, and at this point, just nothing really happening for Goliath Gaming at this stage, and they come in and the flashes ring out, and Nefan goes down, Cranks takes out Goals, and Massacre's also out. So, again, Goliath Gaming just on the back foot. Cranks almost getting himself... No, Bananas actually. Cranks, the two that I actually mentioned that actually link up pretty well in the previous round, got themselves a nice ace between the two of them.
Indeed, all 5 kills then. If you look at the scoreboard you have for LeetPro eSports, it's pretty even across them. They've all had their moments. So, again, Goliath, it's just Goals you're sort of trying to carry them, kicking and screaming forward. And it's not usually what you'd see. You tend to see Goals playing a more supportive role as an entry. But it's also good to see that the captain is taking the responsibility on himself here to get these kills.
At this point, I'm not seeing the organization that I saw in the previous map with Goliath. They're kind of looking like a little bit shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, man. They looked really well drilled in the previous map. Here they've been looking like they're freewheeling a little bit more, and that sort of plays into what LeetPro are comfortable with dealing with. They like that sort of freewheeling style, and well, you've seen Slowy has an AK 14 HP and he'll get 3 kills. He's happy to play unstructured CS. Ooh, and there's an entry.
That's what they needed, and the kills start to ring in here as Massacre, Goals, and Hack'em get themselves one apiece, but Bananas responds quite swiftly as he takes out Deviant. Rotation now coming in for the LeetPro warrior, that is Slowy. He gets himself one. Another
Jeez.
one. Slowy is on fire.
Slowy!
Tonight.
What the hell is this man? What did he have for dinner, man? He's just going crazy.
Whatever he had for dinner, he had it at halftime. Because man is single-handedly destroying Goliath Gaming as he's moved up the ranks on his team side to 13 kills for 5 deaths. I think he's held on to that AK. That's the AK that he actually saved.
Yeah, he hasn't died in a really long time. So, I mean, he had a slow start, but in the last 5 rounds, the man has just been peerless.
Well, pairing up with the duo that is Cranks and Bananas is just working really well here for LeetPro at this point. And they got the 2 opening frags, did Goliath, and just unable to do anything with it.
Jesus, Tianki hasn't had good luck with catching nades in the series, though. The man has probably eaten at least half a dozen of them so far.
Yes, literally. HE grenades and milk for breakfast.
So 5v5, yeah, everybody's still alive. I've just got to wonder, like, when are Goliath maybe going to pull out an AWP or do something a little different here?
Yeah, it's a bit of a rinse and repeat at the moment. Nefan going IV, Goals pushing in through main. It needs to change up a bit and maybe catch LeetPro off guard. Goals getting himself an early kill there, and the rotation's now coming in. Crank's looking the wrong way, gets taken out by Nefan, but there's still a problem. Slowy's still alive.
Whew, that's Goals burning himself with bananas. Well,
This is going to be the test, isn't it?
now he's got to get 4. We haven't seen
Show
this
us
before.
what you got. Show us what you got, Slowy.
I think the issue for him is he wasn't quick enough on the rotate, so he's too far away to actually go for this.
I don't want excuses. I want answers. I want violence.
Momentum, speed, and violence, as Stelio was saying in chat there.
Yes.
Well, momentum, speed, violence, and mullets. I like mullets. They kind of go together with all those things,
As
don't they?
I always notice you. Biggest hearts for you always.
I was
Chloe.
known to rock a mullet in my younger days.
Well, there he is. He's down. He's not invincible. He is not the Man of Steel. And they have literally taken away that AK they've taken away Samson's long hair. That's what they've done now. For
Yeah.
you biblical followers, I'm not really much of a
A bibliophile.
no
Is that the word?
a priest.
Yeah, I guess there's that. So we got the pause going on here, guys, while we wait again. I'm guessing for no, it's not Massacre. It's
Nefan.
Nefan this time. Jeez, Goliath really do have some bad luck with their connectivity. So, ISP sponsor anyone? Psst, psst. Do they have
Do
an ISP sponsor?
LeetPro have a sponsor for ISPs?
I don't know, but the internet seems to work pretty well over there in Nelspruit, eh?
Dude, I don't even know how.
I was as surprised as you, man. They had electricity, houses, running water, cars, all sorts of stuff. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, people from Joburg treat people in Nelspruit like the Americans treat South Africans.
I'm, of course, joking. I've been to Nelspruit before, but
So have I.
actually quite a nice town. I enjoyed my stay there. Thanks to all the LeetPro people who in chat for what was a pretty great weekend. I've never actually seen a tournament organizer / MGO put on a LAN that well at their first attempt. It was actually, you always expect things to kind of break on first attempts. They had it sussed. I was super surprised.
Dude, these are guys that build mining rigs. I'm pretty sure that LAN was done blindfolded with one foot tied behind their back.
Yeah, LANs back in the day was, hey, we're coming to cast this LAN. Okay, is there a table? No. Is there a PC? No. Okay, you have to build the PC and make the table.
out of the PC.
Yes, that's what it used to be. So, I mean, esports in South Africa really has come a long way in the last few years. And don't let anybody tell you different. So, while we wait for this last player, oh, there we go. Neff is back. Welcome to everybody who's joined at this point. Thanks for showing up to support some South African CS. We really appreciate you guys being here. I hope you're enjoying the stream. If you only did just join at this point, LeetPro did take some real pain in that first map from Goliath Gaming. Goliath Gaming dishing out a 16-9, and they look great on their map pick Inferno. But here, it's proved to be another story entirely.
I think that's purely because of the single-handed pump slaps that Slowy has been handing out.
Jeez, yeah. The man has been going crazy. I'm almost surprised that they're on a save, but if you look at it, Slowy was clutching so much. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Not really so much. Slowy was clutching out the round 1v3s. And Goliath will hate themselves for that. They should be winning those rounds. There's probably this game should be at least 10-7.
Yeah, I think so. It is one of those situations where you do say, like, LeetPro have been playing legitimately well, but Goliath have also been bottling it a couple times. And, well, there's...
Pick that. First shot on the head.
Man has got some accuracy there. This has got to be around for Goliath. I don't see it going any other way here, but still, even 10-5 is the very best that they can hope for. And as you said, something like an 8-7 would have probably been more what they'd be thinking. Goliath are usually very good on train.
They are, and one of the viewers there is asking if GG are botting out. I just think that LeetPro have really got their act together on this map. Goliath might not be playing that well, but I think that's purely based on the way that LeetPro are shutting them down and preventing Goliath from playing the style of CS that they want to play.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. Cole's now on 21-9. Jeez, can you say carry? Look at that.
Fine, a Bifida incoming.
Jeez. Of course, some of the scores are wrong there because of the players dropping with the ESEA client. If you drop for, I think it's more than 3 minutes, then it resets your score. So, got a couple players whose scores are incorrect, but they definitely don't have 21. There's Massacre getting himself a kill before being traded. 4v4, and they're playing a lot faster here.
Nice movement there from Deviant. We saw it in the previous map, and they're starting to come alive, our Goliath. But it is a little bit too late. Slowy on the mark here. Gets himself a second one now. And now it's just up to Deviant. And Slowy, does he finish it off? He does! Deviant finally taking one for Goliath Gaming and finishing off the half 10-5. I think LeetPro will be happy with that.
Yeah, they will be happy, although I think they will also look back at it and go, like, we could have had more there considering the dominance that they had. And that last round, Slowy in a 1v1, he hasn't lost a 1v1 in this game as far as I've seen. So that was massive from Deviant to get that kill and make it 10-5.
Was massive, and they go into this pistol fight. Nana's getting himself the first pick onto Massacre, and nobody really looking, and then Nefon just blindly running up ladder there and getting taken out with the burst Glock. Deviant doing some work. This is live, yes? Doesn't feel like it. Hackham's just like playing statue there.
Is it live?
I don't know if this is live.
I guess it is.
Can't be. That writing is down the side of the...
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I was just looking at going, like, what is happening here? This can't be live. You had me worried there, man.
Well, I mean, I saw everybody with pistols and they were going at this. I'm like, what is going on here?
I was like, geez, what did I miss? Like, I'm sure I was
going
watching
up
this.
Went ham there for a crazy moment.
So 10-5, it's going to be CT side for GG, and it is a map that still favors the CTs. So yeah, here we are actually live. So Goliath Gaming do have the opportunity here. If they can get the pistol round, they should get the next two and make it 10-8 pretty easily. So that could be an easy way back into it. If they don't get the pistol, however, LeetPro could be tough to catch here.
So if you have just joined us, Goliath Gaming took the first map, Inferno 69. This is the second of a best of 3 where LeetPro are currently 10-5 over Goliath Gaming, and we're into the pistol round.
Oh, geez, right through drop there, and that's going to help them out massively. But GG, Goliath Gaming responding, and as I was saying that, responding, running through the smoke. Tianki, he don't care about no smoke.
Rotation though coming from Goliath Gaming, and all of a sudden. Bomb has gone down 2v2. Tianki and Cranks are left alive. Two very capable players, and as I say that, Tianki dispatches goals. Hackam evening up the score. Armor on both of these players, except Hackam is a couple down, and Tianki on 3. That bomb is down. Hackam does have a defuse kit, but he needs to make something happen quickly, and Tianki just playing this game of cat and mouse. Hackam just not enough time. Surely.
He's got it.
He's got it. That was as close as can be.
Yeah, an extra half second there for Tianki, and it was their round. And you could almost see him having a bit of PTSD there when the bomb was being touched. Remember that situation on Inferno where he got completely faked out and
yeah,
the defuse came in. So you could see he's like counting off, and then he's going, "Oh wait, hang on, let me just check it."
Yeah. Sorry, my auto director just died towards the end there, so I was just looking at a body trying to figure out what was actually happening.
Yeah, auto director not always helpful. It is good to see GG actually picking up a mix of weapons here. I have seen them pick up SMGs only a bunch of times in the first buy rounds, which I think on a map like Train particularly is kind of dangerous considering the long ranges against those deagles.
Oh yeah, the deagles, and we saw what they did with those deagles in Inferno.
Jeez, yes. Cranks has got a deagle. Guaranteed kill.
Slow, solid. I mean, Tianki with a deagle as well. Got himself 2 sick ones, one through the wall.
Jeez, yeah. That was something of beauty. Go back and watch the VOD if you didn't see that on Inferno. Tianki doing some magic things. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to win the map. And yeah, playing really slow on LeetPro. So, biding their time somewhat, hoping that somebody's going to get aggressive potentially off the CT side. Bananas on the lurk. And he finds himself a goals.
With the deagle. M4. M4's just ringing out as the entire team went down, and auto director decided no.
See, that's a bad thing about casting from home, man. It makes it tough. Also, I can't gaze lovingly into your eyes.
I miss Steigers. Steigers is on point when it comes to observing.
This is true. Well, that's what we got to deal with, folks. Unfortunately, studios do cost money to run, so that's why we sometimes cast from home, because it doesn't cost anything to cast from home aside from data, I guess.
My life. Our lives.
Our lives, our time, everything.
But we love this, so we'll do it. Ooh. So, as you said, those 2 rounds, all important. Tianki getting spotted out there. Massacre doing the Eagle of Freedom as he landed on Tianki's head. Nefon with the Kobe. Then the follow-up MP9. So, nice efficient round here from Goliath. As it's just now Slowy and the wraparound. He spotted him out. He spotted out goals, did Slowy. And he's making this difficult for them, isn't he?
He's going to try, certainly. Might get caught in the back here, potentially. Neff is worried it might be a trap. It's a trap, you know. Admiral
One's
Akbar.
on B. The bomb is going to go down, will it?
It will. Jeez, he shouldn't have gotten that at all. That's a bit of a failure there from Goliath. And
wow.
Massacre also seemingly not looking at the kill feed. You could see for a second there he's wondering, where's the other player? I'm sure his teammates told him, defuse.
So, Slowy again, even though it didn't win the round out, managed to get that bomb plant and gave LeetPro the money they needed for this full buy.
Yeah, so LeetPro finally with a buy here. Goliath Gaming doing what they needed to do, and you got to commend them for that. If they didn't take that pistol, you could almost write this map off with how things were going, but they've now shifted the momentum effectively, put themselves back in it, and for LeetPro, it's on them to make a move here.
Those MP9s against AKs and AWPs, you think it's... I'm not 100% sure of that. But I'm not the pro. They are.
Got to be the close angle. It looks like they are going to push A main here as well. There comes the the utility coming in. Massacre trying to get aggressive, and that's one of the MP9s gone. They're not going to worry too much about it being gone, but the numbers disadvantage certainly hurts. And Vinny, he should have gone down there, and that is now massive.
Both the MP9s not really paying off as Goliath would expect. Oh, goals very aggressive here. Could catch them off, but that little free fire just giving away his position. And only one of the players actually going down.
Jeez,
So-
Vinny. Very, very sneaky.
Again, Slowy. Playing out of his little ballet slippers.
Ballet slippers. Where did that one come from, Barry?
Well, look at him. He moves like a graceful ballet dancer.
This is true. Deviant's still doing the work, but you got to think he's not going to be around for much longer. So, a typical place to save is in this sort of alley area by the dumpsters in Ivy. So, he might very well walk into a crosshair. Yeah.
Franks is waiting, but look at the years of skill that Deviant has. He knows that he can't afford to go out there.
The wily old fox.
Frankie just showing his frustration, just letting an AWP shot ring down the downrange there, letting Deviant know that he knows, I know you're there.
So in that previous round with those two MP9s, they went one by one at Vinny in A main. I got to feel that if they'd perhaps coordinated that and pushed two, they would have probably converted the kill. Maybe lost one play but gotten themselves an AK, and that would have been a much better outcome for them. Trying to do it twice, it's a little telegraphed.
It is a little. I have to agree there. And they have pushed all the way out. And who's pushing through the smoke here? Hack'em gets the Danger Man Slowy and treats with Nefon gifts LeetPro with an immediate response there. Banana's getting spotted out. All of a sudden, it's all happening on this A-bomb site here.
Wow.
People getting burnt off, blown up, shot down. Vinny stepping out. Balls with one. 1v3. This is not the way Goliath wanted this to turn out.
Not at all, and the nades there being a massive factor for LeetPro eSports. Massacre finding himself a couple of HEs and standing in the fire there. It was just a raging Inferno for him. So the utility there out of LeetPro making a big difference for them on the site tech. And, well, Goliath Gaming now in a rather dire situation. It was looking good for them this half. It looked like comeback was on. But, well, a misstep in the previous round and in this round, well, they've just been taking pain at the hands of those AKs.
Just a little bit of little trivia for you, Cranky in chat. Crank's original in-game nick was Cranky, which is why I referred to him as Cranky.
Yeah, they go back. He's been around for a while.
We go back years, many years, and he is Anthrax, not Extremes, who called him Cranky. So 12-8 LeetPro have put Goliath on their bottoms. They have no money, P250s and a deagle, and they are just getting dispatched here by bananas. The banana dispatch.
Oh, Cole's finding himself a nice headshot there. That's probably all he'll find himself unless somebody makes a horrible misstep here, and they're not gonna. They're gonna round it out pretty smartly. 13-8, LeetPro looking good, and we might be going to a third map here if they keep this up.
We might actually be going to a third map, which would be Overpass, and I do know Effect Haste. So, money again for Goliath. You gotta feel that they need to do something now. They need to be a little bit more solid. They need to maybe play for more picks, not try and look for picks. Let LeetPro push in onto the site and try and see what they can do. Not push the smoke so much and just play a little bit more of a placid game. If I say that, they get absolutely destroyed because they're standing over the smoke.
Well, there's the trades at least. That's helpful for them, and they've been faked out here. The bomb is going towards B. Massacre needs to catch this angle, and he's not going to catch it.
This is the second time Massacre's going to have PTSD. Gets sprayed down at long range by bananas. Bomb goes down for Pro. 2v3. Both of those players are on low health, and none of them with defuse kits.
Wow, I'm worried for them. If I was going to say they probably need a save, and well, they'd already pushed up, made the decision to go for it, and that's probably the nail in the coffin for this particular map for them there. 14-8, they got no money. They'll get a buy in the next round, and that'll be their last chance.
Yeah, too little, too late. It's a decision now whether they go for it or not, and it looks like they are. The force buys coming in as they best all the monies that they have. armor and pistols. Prevent, if anything, going to overtime.
Yeah, let's see if they can do something aggressive on the angle. There's Deviant. Jeez, the Deagles have been devastating tonight. Unfortunately, Deviant not finding it.
Vinny all the way down to 31. Banana's eventually going. Nefan getting caught up by Tianki. And just not enough damage here coming in from Goliath as Pro move onto the bomb site. And pretty much done and dusted here unless Hack'em Massacre pull off some amazing double taps. But with the way that LeetPro are currently playing, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, so we will see a final buy here from Goliath. Actually, no, they invested too much in the previous round. It is a buy, but it's a lot worse than I expected it to be. Ooh, so they decided to go in on that round with a little bit more of a buy than
Yep.
maybe they should have, and that is going to cost them, yeah, 15-8 map point for LeetPro. We could go to a third year if they've got this, and they got plenty of headroom to lose a few rounds even if it comes to it. So Goliath got a massive mountain to climb.
They most definitely do, and the way that LeetPro are actually owning this is definitely their map choice, and you can see it. They have dominated this from the word go. Flowy has been doing a lot of damage for LeetPro.
Well,
Look at this. No, I shouldn't have swapped out that AK.
what? Cranks was
just-
on the angle there. I thought he was going to die to the Ivy player, but
What am I watching? What am I
jeez,
watching?
this is just falling apart.
I don't think Nefron should have swapped that AK out so soon.
Cole's got himself an AK, and he can win this potentially. He's dropped both of them super low.
Still have to plant that bomb. Plenty of time though. He has a defuse kit.
Oh, the bomb is going B. And Vinny.
Walk through the smoke.
Oh.
Audio cue that
Well,
I
there's a
think that-
traffic jam in the smoke.
that audio cue just gave it all away.
Wow, okay. So I think Cranky's kill there on the Ivy player probably saved that round, because you saw Neff died as he swapped for the weapon, and then the player who took him down, I can't remember which one that was. I think it was Vinny actually. Was on 10 HP as the player from Ivy was spraying him, and Cranky killed the Ivy guy, and from there it was over.
So the way I look at it at the moment, LeetPro 1 round ahead of Goliath Gaming, 16-8 and 69 for Goliath in Inferno. On Inferno rather. We go to overpass, not overtime.
Please no overtime.
I will literally find Penguin and cut him, because now he's talking about quadruple overtime. I will find you and I will cut you.
Well, on that note, we do thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do for more casts and stuff. ESEA all week this week. And, of course, check out Medal States at Valkyrie Challenge on Wednesday. Meanwhile, we're going to be taking a break, and we will be back with you guys in a couple minutes. We're just waiting for the server to change, so should be a good 5 minutes or so.
I'm crawling under the city of angels. I'm further from my own. The lights grow stronger, the fight moves under. I'm breaking under fire. No one will hold you. Every time I look into your eyes, I see this angel deep inside. You've gone away, so far away from me. A special engagement, she lights up the pavement. She pays her till to the throne. She calls a man on the phone and says, I'm not coming home. Another lonely soul to please. You told me it's what you want. Every time I look into your eyes, I see this angel deep inside. You've gone away. to me. I don't know what went wrong. I can't believe she's gone. I can't breathe now that you're gone. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the light. She's gone away. She's gone away to the city. She's gone away to the light. She's gone away. In the city of angels, the city of angels, you've gone away so far away. In the city of angels, the city of angels, you've gone away so far away from me.
Mr. Barry, can you hear me, my good sir?
I can most definitely hear you.
Fantastic. Well, we are back, guys. So teams are ready to go here, knifing each other for sides here on Overpass. Of course, the series is tied up at 1-1, and neither map was particularly close either.
No. Went 16-9 for Goliath Gaming on Inferno and 16-8 for LeetPro on Train. So both teams winning their respective maps, and now we go into Overpass with LeetPro actually just winning the knife fights.
Well, that's definitely a feather in their cap going into a map that is traditionally CT favored at least. So LeetPro feel pretty good about that. Goliath are dangerous on this map. Seen good things out of them. They played Energy close on this map in the past as well, and they've been fairly dominant against other opposition. They need to strike back. They are the guys that are under pressure in this series, I think.
They most definitely are, and right now they've got a little boost.
Double boost.
Yeah, onto the B bomb site. I wonder if Goliath are going to be expecting it. So the spray downs with those USPs at long range working well for them.
Whoa.
Slowy and Tianki getting one. Goals responding with one. Tianki another one. So that bomb doesn't go down, and Tianki finishes the round off with a 3K.
That boost was smart. The double player boost up there. Of course, there is space on the model to actually get people up. As long as you got a pixel to stand on, you can stand on it.
Whoa! Are you saying pixel walking?
No, I'll go with a pixel jog. A brisk jog. Tianki gets himself a triple there. That was good work out of them. It's a very conventional boost, but you very seldom see two players on there. It's a big investment in players to have three of them behind a wall that early in the round. So clearly having a read on what Goliath Gaming were likely to do.
Yep, like you say, working out well for them. Nice and different. Just mixing it up a bit. It's nice to see the newer teams making teams work for it. Deviant getting himself an early pick onto Cranks there, so taking out one of those MP7s.
Oh, and the boost being spotted. Oh, Deviant. He double dinks him there. That's just crazy.
Gotta hurt. So, Deviant doing some great work in the beginning there. Akim actually can go out there. Deviant not really speaking to him. Looks like they want to do this A bomb site, or at least get some kind of action going on there.
Jeez, Deviant's making a real nuisance of himself in this round. If he gets this kill, he's basically destroyed the defense single-handedly.
Ball's now coming in for the rotation here. Bomb should go down. Lots of work being done on that A bomb site rather to hold up two of those players. Good work here with pistols, forced up pistols.
Ooh, Goals getting himself one as well. Banana's the man with the rifle, the sole man with the rifle. He had to take some responsibility, but the HP here is a huge problem. Deviant could absolutely get in there, and he gets stuck in. Deviant, this round, he's been lights out CS from him.
Hallelujah.
Wow, my words broke there, man. That Deviant broke my words.
Okay, he picked up an M4 as well as 4 kills. So, great work there for Goliath on the part of Deviant. Coming off the back of those 2 early picks that he got, Cranks and Slowy.
Jeez, Deviant doing a massive amount of work. And again, as we were talking about earlier, he's traditionally been a more supportive player in other lineups. And in this lineup, when he's got all these all-star aimers around him, somehow he's one of the guys who's consistently top-fragging for this team. So things working well for Deviant and so far for Goliath Gaming in this particular map.
So, nice aggressive push up along there as Goliath make their way in towards that A bomb site here. Just Deviant holding back with that M4, nice long range. Hopefully, getting spotted out there, little off the bicep there.
Oh, he dinks him long range. Neff, that was just silly.
Rotation there though, coming in from Chloe, might be able to catch Deviant off guard, and doesn't.
Jeez, Deviant has got eyes on the back of his head, man. What's he doing?
Those kochel monkeys, what are they called? Chameleons.
Jeez,
I can't believe I went straight to the Afrikaans version of that. I mean, like, honestly.
I'm absolutely surprised when you said that. I was just like, what?
What did you call me?
Your mother too. Yeah, kind of thing. Well, anyway, LeetPro.
A clear monkey. That's a chameleon.
Yes, I don't know what you were talking about.
I talk whatever I want, bro. It's Barryisms.
Well, fantastic. I'm going to write that down. Next time we cast, I'm going to use that word in a sentence.
That's it. Fast. If you can get for clear monarchy out, you are golden.
Well, LeetPro now on the Deagles, and, well, they've certainly shown themselves to be very dangerous on those guns, so Goliath need to make sure they back each other up, yeah?
I always get nervous with these SMGs on this map. There's so many long paths that you can find yourself getting caught up in. Coming up against Deagles, particularly against a team like LeetPro, who are very, very proficient with Deagles.
Yeah, it can be a worry. So far, LeetPro being way too aggressive, but there's the kill. Cranks, he's got a Deagle, he's going to get a kill. That's pretty much how it works.
That's just what you do. Give me a Deagle, I will kill something.
Oh,
Spot
that is
snipe,
huge!
And the bomb. Oh! Deviant will not let that happen.
Jeez, that was close though. Deviant's on low HP, so if he'd gotten that kill, it's very doable. And look at that! The rotation taken out there by Vinny as well, and the low HP here could absolutely bite them. Neff has to hold this player away.
He is completely aware, and thank you for that. Auto director, will Tianki spot him out? Nope. One is Act 10 versus AK against Tianki. Oh, that little pre-fire just giving him away there. And I'm not going to say anything.
He was saved by the aim punch there. If
He was.
Tianki had armor, that was over with an AK versus a Mac 10. It wasn't going to happen. So LeetPro make it close again.
I think it helped that he got him. I think his first shot was a head shot.
Yeah.
With that Mac 10, so a lot of damage was done off the bat. But all Tianki needed was one tap to the head.
Even though they didn't win that, LeetPro got the kills, and that added to their nades. They've got a little bit more here than they would have had otherwise. So the buy from LeetPro is actually particularly good for a first buy round. Oh, nice work from Bananas, and that's Deviant's out of the picture, and he's looked good so far. Bananas going back for more though, and that could potentially catch him, and they do. Nice trading from Goliath.
So, oh, that nade just not going a little awry as Vinny spots out golds there, and the numbers again go in the favor of Pro. A little bit of back and forth here, and again, Massacre just not able to do any sort of damage there. Hack'em looking, knows that Slowy's around here, gets the view there, spots out Slowy. Probably want to pick up that AWP. Save it for the next round.
I don't know about that. That's an interesting question with a team like Goliath Gaming. When you don't have a dedicated AWPer or like a dominant AWPer who's going to be the guy who takes over the game, is it actually worth saving the AWP? Because it's, you know, maybe an AK in the hands of a Massacre or a Deviant would actually be more effective.
Absolutely. I mean, the question is have they been doing great things with an AK in their hands? I mean, if we had Slowy, the guy is super versatile. Give him an AWP, give him an AK. It seems to be his thing at the moment.
You know what's really interesting about watching them play at the LeetPro LAN as well is that Slowy and Tianki are calling. Like, there's two people calling, seemingly. Slowy seems to be the primary in-game leader, but the fact that he's calling and he's playing like that, he's one of the primary carries and he's calling the plays. That's kind of unusual.
Not unusual.
To be loved by
Hi, G-Max.
I spoke about love and G-Max showed up, you know.
With a heart.
Look at that, eh? So we are going to see a buy here for Goliath Gaming. It seems like a late call or something, because if you look at it, they're all still in spawn buying nades and things, so... Yep. I wonder why. They had enough money. There's no reason why you'd save there. So perhaps doing the strat talk and forgetting to take the pause, I don't know.
Well, they definitely don't have two people calling. Or else somebody would have called.
Yeah, another interesting details is that Vinny was a stand-in for the LeetPro LAN, and while he's still in the team now, it seems like he's taken over from God Complex, who, as I said, was one of the carries at LeetPro LAN. So they got an embarrassment of riches over there in Nullsprite, it seems.
Oh, wow. They're all from Nullsprite?
A lot of them are. I don't think they all are, but it is very much based that side. So, Oh, that's a boost. She's spraying him down through the door there, and there was a smoke behind it as well.
I think he actually saw him through the hole in the door. There was a little boot peeping out there. There's that orb doing work for Goliath. Still a lot more work to be done here as they find themselves a little bit stagnant at this point. 33 seconds on the clock. Bomb still yet to go down. Anyway, to that B site it looks like.
Well, there's the kill for Cranks. That's pretty big because it brings it into a 2v4. And, oh, that is probably the worst flash I've ever seen, and it's going to absolutely burn him. Vinny should get this, and he's going to round it out as well. Vinny doing some fantastic work there. So 3-all here, and Goliath Gaming with a good start. And I kind of feel like I've seen this movie before in the previous map.
Yep. It's all too familiar for me as well. Right now, again, Goliath just seeming a little bit all over the place at this point, a little bit patchy, a little bit uneven. Pro are making them pay for it.
Yeah, hoping for some aggression there. That doesn't seem to be coming from LeetPro, so Goliath Gaming going to be left wanting. Now they're creeping out, yeah, hoping to maybe catch somebody off potentially. Not even a great pistol buy. I mean, there's goals on nothing but a Glock. P250s all around, only one deagle.
That's all goals needs is a Glock.
Well, Tianki dropped low. He's going to go down and hack him. Absolutely destroying him there. And Slowey under a ton of pressure. He's going to get caught here. Hack him with a pistol.
Nothing's happening here for LeetPro as the barrage from Goliath Gaming goes unanswered. But as I was saying that, Bananas and Vinny both get themselves a kill. And the numbers have been out here at this point. Bananas on super low health, and that UMP takes him out. Extra cash in the bank, and Goliath go and turn something that was, as you said, a poor buy into something. Look at goals, just standing there with that Glock in the middle of that screen. That's all I need.
Jeez. Okay. Okay, Goliath Gaming, what was that? LeetPro, well, I also got to ask the question, what was that? They didn't deal with that well at all, and, well, that...
Their responses, Vinny only needs a USP.
Well, I guess we shall see. They tend to favor the deagles pretty heavily. You don't see a ton of deagles out of Goliath on those sorts of rounds, though. Hold my breath every time somebody shoots with the deagle at that range.
As well, Slowey off screen, picking himself up an AK. Or is he going to catch him off guard here?
This is huge! And he got away. How did he get away? 2 HP on Slowey. Now they're rushing into the side, and the side is stacked. And this is falling apart. Pistols are reigning supreme here. What is this, guys?
With the USP and the Glock owning all. What am I watching here? This is not how I wanted to spend my Monday night. A double, triple, quadruple overtime, 3-map, nail biter, pistol showdown.
And it started, what, 45 minutes late, so...
Yes.
Well, at least it is exciting. It's got that going for it. 4-all here. Very weak buy out of Goliath Gaming, which automatically means they win the round, right, Barry?
Yes.
Based on current form.
Yes. The team with the pistol wins the round. A little bit less.
I'm going
Oh,
to
he spotted him there.
confiscate your esports shorts, bro.
No, they're
See what
torn.
he's saying.
They're torn.
Why, did you try to confiscate them and you wouldn't let them go?
The esports short gods have smiled upon me.
Get those accursed things out of our lives.
They were like a red that just never faded.
I thought they were pink. Jeez, a lot of pressure coming in on the side. Tianki gets himself a very clean headshot there. And they've correctly stacked this as well. So, Goliath Gaming walking into a bit of trouble here.
That's how close range AWPing is done. Deviant off guard there. Nefon getting another one for himself. But nothing but consolation prizes for Goliath Gaming as they are now behind.
Wow. I just keep finding on this that I'm being surprised by what I'm seeing from these two teams. I'm sure you are as well.
Yes.
Goliath Gaming, if you'd asked me before the series, if the series closer was Overpass, would I back Goliath or LeetPro? And I would absolutely go in on Goliath based on what I've seen from them on this map in the past. But LeetPro is showing some good skills here. I know the scoreline is close, but the way LeetPro are winning rounds, it's going to help the economy, absolutely. And, well, Goliath let them get another two rounds, I'd say, and LeetPro managed to keep players alive, then the half can absolutely escalate out of control.
Well, G-Max disagrees with you. He says his shorts are red, not pink. And again, these pistols are just raining down for Goliath Gaming. Tianki gets picked off, and I just feel like one of these teams needs to just go with pistols and just 5-man charge everybody.
I think it's also telling how both teams deal with these sort of anti-ecos. They tend to still be quite default, and that leads to players being isolated in situations where it's 1vx, and you never want to have 3 guys with pistols bearing down on you, because the way pistols work, of course, you're going to get run down. They're super mobile. I just feel like these players need to not be taking up these 1-up battles, and there they're doing it again.
Chloe now with that M4 showing the guys how it's done, gets himself it's bananas rather, sorry. Chloe was actually killed there. I thought it was bananas, but I was probably looking at bananas when I saw it. So that's how it's done with the M4, and Vinny should finish this off for LeetPro. 6-4, but Goliath still putting on some good rounds here for the T side.
Yeah, not too bad from them. I think if they can get to 6, they'd still feel okay about it. My concern here, I guess, is that the manner in which the round wins are coming for Goliath, it's not they're not tactically outplaying LeetPro. It's LeetPro making mistakes, and that is never a good look. You need to be outplaying your opponents, because when luck isn't on your side, what do you have? Yeah,
I have to agree with you there. So AK-47s, Deviant getting himself a pick there in the form of bananas, and I mean, they were looking really good when Deviant was doing well on that B bomb site. So what are the kills like? I just want to see here. Again, really nice even scores across the board for LeetPro, and not so much for Goliath, where Goals was really doing well the previous map. He's now just really struggling, as well as Massacre.
Oh, Goals has been found out. He's going to walk into the crosshair. I almost thought he was going to burn Slowly in return there, because he looked like he was pre-aiming the angle correctly. But that is bringing it back into a 4v4, and the HP on Deviant is going to be a worry for them here on this B execute. And he's going in first.
Frank's got the angle. Even flashed, he gets the kill. Hacker making hard work of that, though.
Wow, Hacker doesn't make hard work of those. He destroys them.
Has very little health. It is Slowy that's left with an AWP, though.
Planting outside the smoke as well, which is a ballsy move from him. Slowy's on the pistol. That's the ideal thing to be doing in this circumstance. And did he spot the gun going around the corner? I think he may have. No, he didn't. Oh, the wrap here from Hackham, the Goliath Gaming player as well. That's fooling Slowy completely, and this is actually winnable for him now. Escaping from the site was the key. Now he just needs to find the kill.
No, son.
No.
that is not. I will not be fooled by your tomfoolery. And like you say, Goliath aren't winning these games, or these rounds rather, convincingly. It's an individual performance from one particular player, or just a smart move from one player, but no real like, yeah, that was a convincing, well played, execute onto the site, bomb plant, entry frags, that kind of thing.
Look how weak their buy is as well. They won that round, and oh, geez, Slowy, he's just too fast with the AWP. They're going for the B execute meanwhile. And well, look at that, 2 MAC-10s a UMP against players. There's only one player without a helmet, so geez, this is absolutely meat grinder stuff. They're going to need to get super lucky here.
I feel like he's just mocking people with that name.
He absolutely is. funny thing, Prof and I were casting obviously some European games as well. There's a Finnish player called Slowy also. It's like spelled SLOWWI. And the dude is, it's like, it's the same thing as the local Slowy. It's just like this naming convention. You're not fooling us. Stop it.
Yeah, Aaron.
Aaron. Got to
Yankee,
pull out
gonna
that key and feel. Oh!
Massacre is being caught off guard way too many times. And I was commending him on his flair and the way he moves around earlier. But sometimes that can also be a double-edged sword when you're moving around like that and you're not actually, you're not paying attention to what's happening.
Jeez, there's a trade at least. So they've got a chance here. They're in a 2v2 in the site. And it's not going to happen. Hakim gets the kill, but the trade flying in immediately from Cranks. And that B-bomb site hold has been pretty good, barring a couple of occasions. So LeetPro, they keep 2 AWPs alive there as well. And now Goliath in a very money-negative situation.
Yeah, but you see, this is the problem, is they are on pistols.
Okay, round win. Ding, ding. I'm going to go make some coffee while Goliath win the round against all logic.
Yeah, they defy the laws of gravity here when going in with pistols. And F1 with a dink immediately off the bat. So the damage has been done, and a little bit of nade.
That's still them being super aggressive here, LeetPro. I don't like to see this. They don't need to be this aggressive. They're putting themselves in positions that these pistols can run them down. And Slowy now has to hit a god shot basically to live. He does. But if he missed that, it was over.
I feel like you miscalled that, Mike.
No, I'm still.
But I don't know if I set you up.
No. I'm not convinced with the way LeetPro playing these anti-ecos, because like look at them taking one-up battles. It can unravel there massively, and it has unraveled in this very game twice already.
It has, against the runner play where they shouldn't have actually lost.
So I mean, LeetPro are impressive. Definitely don't get me wrong. I just don't like to see them. The other thing in CS is the golden rule that you'll get told. Go speak to Coach TC from BVD. He'll tell you, never ever take a fair fight. No, Slowy goes down. That was probably too fair a fight.
That was completely too fair a fight. And G-Max's statement was now undone. But this lineup for Vinny is just beautiful. And all I was going to say is please don't the other two just stand there and line up for Vinny.
Oh, Vinny's going to go down. And
Pistols again.
There's Tianki. Tian making absolutely hard work of it. He will round it out. And unless Hakim hits him in the head twice, well, it's not going to happen. It doesn't look like. So 2v1. Neff can win it. He's got time.
He's also got an AK and some armor. But he's got himself in a beautiful position as Tianki. And closes out the round in such emphatic style there. 3 kills for himself. Pro just looking really dominant now.
Yeah, they could end 10-5 here. The economy from Goliath, they've been rolling the dice a little bit too much with the force buys as well. So if you look at that, they've got a Mac 10 and a UMP. And that's not quite ideal for them. They got some nades to work with. They can do an execute, but so far they just seem to be freewheeling this map a little bit. Not really super structured from them, and neither are LeetPro. And I'd say if LeetPro were playing a little tighter, Goliath wouldn't even have a look in, yeah.
I don't see that happening. They've got some AK-47s, but Goals is already out of it. I feel like Goliath have lost their chutzpah. Their chutzpah.
Their chutzpah. Jeez, well, Tianki had a fair bit of chutzpah there. He gets double dinged through the wall, 10 HP, and still gets the kill.
The dream.
Luck on their side. Woo, Luck nearly coming in for Slowy there too. Gave him a shave.
Point the game slowing right down.
Well, there's the trades coming in. Deviant's in a good position here, and I was going to say if he got that one, they'd be in possession of the bomb site. Now it's a 3v1, and Slowy pushing through the smoke. This time it does work for him. 10-5, that's a good half out of LeetPro. And for Goliath, I mean, 2 of those were off the back of, you know, silliness out of LeetPro against Eco, so it could have been far worse.
Most definitely, and yeah, if you look at that scoreboard as well, which is, you just look Goliath have absolutely no kills, which is why they lost that half.
Of course, right now they got no kills because the ESEA client sort of. So I actually pushed tab, then I just realized
Yes.
you may have like completely confused everybody. So it resets the kill feed. Don't worry, they do have kills. It's just for now while the half is changing. Don't worry, guys. But I do think looking at Goliath overall, you've always seen on each map one player having a particularly good performance and one player being particularly bad. You know, we had Neff in the previous map being a little bit quiet. I think it was who was it in the first map that was quite quiet? Was it? I actually don't remember, but it hasn't been even.
It
LeetPro,
was near fun.
oh, was it? Okay. Well, LeetPro across the board though, they've looked a little bit better overall in terms of the kills.
Sorry, I'm lying. Nefun and Deviant actually did really well. I think it was Massacre that was.
He did have the connectivity issues though, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
So we can't sort of pan him too much for that. But overall, LeetPro, everybody contributing well. Slowly with the hero rounds, we've seen Cranks looking really solid as well. Vinny, if there's a pistol in his hands, it's pretty much lights out for the other guys. And Tianki, I think, is the unsung hero. Bananas does what he does, being super aggressive and getting the flashy kills. But Tianki's the man who just quietly goes about his business and is always somewhere near the top.
Well, that's what you need. Those solid grinding players that just do what they need to do. If you look at any of the top teams in the world, they always have all of those kinds of players that are just always there when you need them.
They're going to need Hack'em here. Gets himself one. Cool, and there's lots of gunfire being exchanged here. Slurry on the angle.
Not quite as emphatic as what LeetPro did with this map. This side rather against Goliath Gaming.
I think you may have timed out for a second there, but meanwhile, it's only on Massacre. Can he do it 3v1? Do you think he can do it, Barry? He's trying.
Possibly.
Oh, he can! This is huge.
Yankee just needs to hold back. No defuse kits. Massacre has to charge him down.
Well, that is a rather large nail in well, a 5-person coffin there. This could hurt them big time.
It most definitely is. Goals is still on 4 kills. The man who was leading from the front in the previous map is not adding much impact to this map at the moment.
Yeah, he was looking great on train, like really good. I think he ended on 25 kills, something like that, and was by far and away the best performer. If you consider it was an abbreviated game as well, because it ended, what was it, 16-8? That's pretty mighty from Goals. They need him here.
They most definitely do, and right now, the way things are looking, LeetPro could be booking their spots in that semi-final against Energy Esports.
Jeez, that could be one for the books. Tianki going in on entry, gets himself 2.
Oh, no fun. Fun with that CZ. Bomb goes down, and just look at them. They are furiously looking around that bomb site for any players. Yankee getting Deviant, and nice, neat, tidy round here coming in from LeetPro.
Very tidy indeed. Ooh, Goals? Jeez, that was quite the headshot from Goals.
Sometimes that's all you need to build up the confidence. Just that one shot. So, exit frags and hopefully holding on to the armor is the name of the game. Nefun picking himself up a UMP.
Goals with the old, well, great big box of bullets. Actually, it's pretty small. It's a Mac 10, but it's probably one of the more useless weapons in the game if it's not against unarmored opponents. But we saw him destroy a few people on the previous map with that. Even guys with head armor. It was kind of crazy. Goals,
It was.
go crazy, please, man. Come on.
Do something.
So if you've just joined us, this is the ESEA Season 27 quarterfinal, the last of the quarterfinals, deciding which of these teams is going to face Energy Esports later in the week, I do believe. So it's quite a lot to play for you, and Goliath Gaming are the team that would be favored in this.
Just Nefun spotting out the atrocities that were on their way to that B bomb site and neatly dispatched. Have LeetPro done the job, and look at that, just cleaning house there as they pick up the final few kills with those SMGs to make a couple extra bucks and start to load away on the utils and rifles.
I'd almost say at this point maybe it's a good time to take a tactical pause, because they don't have any more rounds available really to lose, Goliath Gaming. They need to do something. I know it's their first buy on CT side, but if they don't win this, I got to say they're buried.
Yeah, it is pretty much done and dusted. You know, you lose this round, you lose all that money you've invested into the round. But a good start. As I say that, Slowy decides to undo my words.
Oh!
The finest of spaces there.
Jeez, he had a molecule to work with and he destroyed him. Neff also doing a little bit of destruction himself.
He knows someone's there. He knows someone is there.
Jeez. Massacre in tiny gaps. What's it? He's like a... No, I'm not.
I feel like that's open to interpretation.
Yes, that's why I stopped. I was like, no. I would say pull out, but that makes it even worse. So, okay, I did.
And you said it anyway. I can't save you from yourself, Mike.
I know. I am terrible. I freely admit it.
And you know, G-Max is here. He's clipped that already. He's clipped it. It's going on Twitter. You're done. That's your casting career over.
You'll still hire me, won't you, Barry? Come on.
I think Massacre's underage, so and I know his mom pretty well, so she's going to be suing you. And
I'm sorry.
It's over.
Is this Overwatch League?
I don't even know, dude. Blizzard would never allow that kind of...
Well, then he's still a danger, I guess. Potentially find himself a player or two here. Now that he's been spotted, though, I don't think so. And not going to happen. So triple kill there for Massacre. He looked great in that round. And those angles that he was taking, that's him being confident. It's just, it feels like we haven't seen enough of his confidence on the server tonight.
You know, that's the thing, is you need two of these players, or ideally you need 3 Goliath Gaming players just to click and start to hit their shots and get everything going. And all of a sudden, we'll have a game on our hands. You know, no one wants to see a 16-5 third map, you know, playoff here. So you get a couple of players from Goliath just really starting to chime in and click. Maybe Deviant, maybe Goals comes to the party and starts to hit his shots, and then things turn around and LeetPro get maybe tested.
Oh, there's Goals.
And he's got the bomb. It's Slowy.
He had the bomb.
Quick to, yeah. Just quick response there from Slowy. That could have ended poorly if Goals got the bomb there. If he'd managed to get down Slowy, the rotations would have come in and LeetPro would have found themselves wanting.
It's a shame for LeetPro that Tianki's the guy towards short on B. He's holding down an area, so he can't actually recover that AK. So that maybe puts them at a disadvantage, but then again, the CZ is like a howitzer in the current meta of CS, so I guess that isn't an issue.
I need to clear something up here. I know his mom, because when he came to play at the Samsung Galaxy CSGO Championship, his mom and dad wanted to come and support their son. So they communicated with me over email, chatted to me, asked me about the scene, blah, blah, blah. Guys, come on. Don't be disgusting. Don't be rude. Don't be rude.
Let's not be rude. I did
Axe
it already.
Streams is a rude one.
I did it already. I'm sorry. See, this isn't a tournament organizer stream, so we can actually say whatever we want, but I try to stay away from that, but I still did it anyway. I'm sorry, guys. But they've got some side control. Okay, they had some side control. Hack them.
This is what Goliath need. 2 young players coming in and partying for Goliath.
Jeez.
And then gets completely undone by Bananas.
He hurt them a little bit on the economy there. It's not the end of the world for them, but it's probably more than than they should have wanted to give up. 13-7 at this stage. Plenty of rounds in hand here for LeetPro eSports, but it could also quickly go away. We know how good Goliath can be on the CT side on this map, so they are absolutely in with a chance. They can start to build an innings here. This map is still winnable for them.
Yes. But at this point, I'm not feeling very confident with the buys. Still, I feel like an MP9 is not enough against Deagles and LeetPro. I don't think an AWP is enough.
Jeez, and the hero AK doing some big work there as well. Those Deagles have yet to ring out, so ominous signs. Whew, through the door.
So Vinny, little off the top. Thank you for coming.
Slurry knows exactly where he is, and it might lead to him not checking the corner, and it doesn't. He's fixated on that player. Unfortunate for him there, but Deviant doing what he needed to do.
George, you wearing those shorts are rude.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should start an online poll against George's esports shorts.
So Cranks putting Nefan 6 feet deep, and now all of a sudden the trade's coming though for Goliath as they're moving onto this bomb side. And it's just Cranks and Bananas left wanting, Cramps stepping out and taking out Massacre, and what was 3v2 is now Goals, the king. Can he do something? Yeah, he needs to. He's got that M4. He gets himself one. Does the reload. Fake defuse. Crank steps out. Goals finishes it off for Goliath, and that's exactly what they needed from their IGL. A nice little clutch. That'll build the confidence for him personally and get himself a round for his team on the board, and they slowly start to claw their way back into this.
That wasn't pretty, but it was what was needed there from Goals. And he's the guy we were pointing out as having a tough map here after being fantastic on the previous one. And that might be one of his best actions in this game so far. If they lost that, this game was gone. They're clinging on to the last tendrils of life for Goliath Gaming.
They can't actually maintain a decent economy here. Goals MP7. Chucks out that AK to hack him. Nefan on an MP9. So they just really are trying to make the best of a difficult situation here.
What?
How did that actually happen? Please tell me.
Oh my word!
I'm witnessing as Nefan finishes it off with the USP. Don't worry, MP7 is clearly too powerful for him.
Madness. We'll chalk that up to some of the things that should not happen ever. Just happened again.
I don't know if that was a team flash, or if whatever happened, whether it was a team flash or whether another Goliath player dropped that flash at the perfect time, it worked. Oh my
and he
God.
dinks him.
I need to shut up about the MP7. That's just going to be my gun forever from now on.
Oh my word. Really? Are you kidding me? What is this?
The MP9 rather, not even the MP7. That's even worse.
Oh my gosh, Barry. My mind is broken now. What?
Oh my God, Nefan actually just downgraded. He bought himself an AK.
Oh jeez. I don't even know anymore, man.
So this is funny, right? You mentioned it earlier. Now's a good time for a tactical pause for Goliath Gaming. And you can be guaranteed this tactical pause has not been called by Goliath. So LeetPro lose a couple of rounds and they call attack pause. Smart play. Really smart play. Just pause, slow down the momentum for Goliath. Get everybody on your side. Calm down, relax. You're 3 rounds away from putting yourself in the semifinals. There's no need to get hasty about anything.
Yeah, I think that's a good move, and as you're saying, it's something we didn't really see out of Goliath. I'm glad they've managed to sort of halt the momentum here, but also, and this is definitely why LeetPro are doing it, take a pause. It also halts the momentum. It's very good for that exact purpose. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything in the pause. All it's there for is just to make your opponents wait a little bit, let them cool off a little bit, you know, reset yourself mentally, make sure that your resolve is there and that you're working together. Work out what you need to work out and go back. And well, LeetPro won't have the buy to support that, but it's definitely something needed. They need to stop the momentum from Goliath because it's now getting uncomfortably close.
So we saw Goliath do exactly the same thing in the previous rounds with the P250s and the singular Glock, where they actually won a round because they caught players out of position. Think the same could possibly happen to Goliath? The reverse pistol bar?
Yeah, it's entirely possible. I wouldn't put it past them. LeetPro have consistently looked good on pistols. I'd almost say their aim on pistols has looked a little better than Goliath's, but Goliath's sort of tactics of working together on the pistols has been what's helped them get those kills.
I have to agree, and as we say that, they are moving as a tight little shongololo down long.
Another unusual word to shoehorn in a cast. Well done.
Thank you. I do try and use a new word every time I cast.
Oh, look at that, and they managed to get all the way out, yeah.
And Hakim just spraying down as well as Nefan. So the two men at the top of the scoreboard for Goliath.
Wow, and they got the plant. That's pretty big
So?
for them. If you looked at their money, they had a few players that were on around 1,700 there. Without the plant, it would have been a really weak buy. So that's pretty big for LeetPro.
That was the plan. Clearly it was. Goliath probably playing more for the retake than the actual preventing of the plant. Not working out ideally for them.
Yeah, I think possibly being a little bit too aggressive in bathrooms, and that didn't quite allow them to notice the steam train Shongololo, as you said, running past them down long. So 13-10 now. Pretty close.
The LeetPro eSports Shongololo.
In he goes. Oh, my word. I almost thought he was going to hit that.
I also thought so. I held my breath for a brief moment there.
If he hit that, yeah, game over. Would have thrown my microphone in celebration. Not that I'm kind of going for anybody here, but if you hit that,
We're a lover of CS:GO.
Yeah.
We're lovers of CS:GO. That sounds. Oh God.
that didn't sound great either. But there's a bit of
You know
damage
what I'm
being
trying to
exchanged.
say.
Yeah, Vinny there getting himself an entry. That's pretty big. Oh,
Trade from Deviants. Nice. Just what they needed. Tianki taking a little bit of damage as well from that nade. Not too much, but enough. So.
What?
Oh, slowy! Ain't nothing slow about that guy. Goals trading out. So 2 on 3. Tianki all the way down to 6. The rotation coming in. Hakim has rotated round, so he's heard them. He's heard the footsteps. Rotating straight away back to that A-bomb site. Banana's just looking unaware as to where Hakim could possibly be.
a bit telegraphed from them here, and Bananas is ahead of his support as well. This could catch him.
And now with Cranks on the AWP and Tianki on 6.
Oh, this is not good from LP at all. They needed
Not
the
a-
support there.
Where's Tianki? He's behind.
6 HP. Whoa. Is he gonna stick it? He needs to peek. Oh, he's been dead again. This is the second time it's happened to Tianki.
It is Tianki. He dupes himself.
Wow, I never thought I'd see that happen twice to one player in the same series. And Goliath Gaming, the get out of jail free card played there again.
I don't even have words for what I just witnessed. It's the second time. I don't even know what to say. And this
Madness.
game is getting longer and longer by the round. Like a Shongololo.
Do they get longer? If he hit that head.
I would have literally thrown this 34-inch monitor off the table.
We're trying to one-up each other here with the axe of destruction upon our equipment.
Yes. Chloe versus Nefan. Who's going to take this again? Oh, he flashed himself. Auto director saving Nefan from embarrassment.
Jeez, it's considerate. Not always, but sometimes. Oh, Flurry almost catches him off there, but Hakim, living in the smoke, his natural habitat.
Goals out of it again, so numbers are even. As Bombs still just they're kind of deciding where they want to go, and they're actually making all kinds of wrong decisions here because all the players on the planet and Hack'em burnt out, made it out.
Oh my word, how did he do that? Bananas gets the kill.
Nefun, what is going on here?
Wow,
That's
this
such
is...
a deviant.
Oh, and he does it, deviant.
What?
Jeez, Goliath don't want to get out of this game. They're staying in, and I thought they were dead and buried when it was 13-7.
That is why I would be a terrible coach for a team. Be like, guys, give up. It's bedtime.
It's over now.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
Wanna
There's
go
no
home.
need for this kind of fight back. No one needs this kind of negativity. No, George, you didn't call overtime. Penguin's been sitting here since 8 o'clock calling overtime.
Yeah, although I blame both of them equally.
They're already calling it 16-3. Aggressive push here from LeetPro. They've got a bit of a buy here going on. Has anybody spotted out Tianki? No, they haven't. Massacre turning around and
All that
actually
nade.
burning down to the ground, and LeetPro just getting taken apart here. This is going to even out the numbers here.
Wow. Hard to say like where this is going to go. I mean, the momentum has actually shifted here. LeetPro were looking odds on for walking away with a fairly large victory margin on this map, and Goliath, through whatever means, whether it's an inspirational speech from the captain, whatever, you know, you'd like to believe it's an inspirational speech, you know, slow clap rising to crescendo, American sports movie, something of that vein.
I just hear that Rocky Balboa, like, you know, doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, you have to get up, and that's just what happened. 13 apiece. Goliath Gaming are pulling themselves back into this kicking and screaming. 27 for Hack'em. When the team really needed it, he's come to the party. Goals has started to chime in now with a few kills as well. Nefun doing well, but you got to ask yourself, what's changed for LeetPro?
Yeah, it is actually quite the conundrum. What?
Oh!
Cranky absolutely destroying
Sit
Nefle.
down, son. Sit down.
The cheeky little peek. And, well, that was that. And they're going to get themselves a free AWP, yeah. And another kill, Bananas. This is changing by the second.
So, looks like there is crazy stuff happening right now as Pro about to take a round.
Jeez, that's
And
some
that
huge
was-
plays.
All off of Cranky's little scout.
Jeez, prior to that round, I would have said, hey, he's got the scout. Poor guy. It's probably not going to work for him. And he makes it work. This has been a crazy game, Barry. Lots of emotions. Roller coaster, up and down for both teams.
It has actually, and it's going to be quite interesting to see here which team has the mental capacity, the stamina to actually pull themselves through this, because this game is important for both of these teams. Right now, this is a really big round for LeetPro. The only man going down, Bananas, and all those rifles have been saved. Barely enough money here for Goliath to put anything together to try and prevent this from going to overtime.
It's been the story of the series, you got to say. Of most situations, even though the other two maps weren't close, there were so many clutch situations. It's just on the first map it went Goliath's way, and on the second map it went LeetPro's way. But we've seen a consistent situation of the CTs always being under financial pressure, even if they're winning. Oh, that should be a good nade. Oh, not so good.
Duped, as usual. That nade was better. On is about to step out with the AK, doing the one tap. There.
Pretty big round, you got to say, considering the context of the game. This is, of course, the third map. 1-all on maps here for these teams. And, well, LeetPro got a slightly better buy, but they're hurting a little bit for the HP at the moment.
They are. And there are definitely the correct kind of rifles that Goliath have here to work with. Make an impact. If they can get rid of this man here.
Oh,
And as I say that, he just goes onto the site and pops Hackham. Danger man for Goliath, but Nefon following up with a nice trade there. So still something to work with here for Goliath.
Oh, that nade could find him. Oh, it drops him to 13 HP. He's still getting aggressive. Yeah, he kind of needs to because the support is a little bit off. He pushes through the smoke. He gets himself one. Neff, how is he doing this?
Great work there from Nefon. A nice little dink there from Massacre, but not enough. As there's a 3-on-3 here. Vinny all the way down to 17. Tianki and Cranks are there though. Nana's been pretty quiet in this game, and nice little spot out there from Nefon, the man with 13 health, still doing great work. Cranky also down, and now it's just Tianki versus Deviant.
Please no what we saw before.
He's not going to let this happen. He's suffering from PTSD.
Oh no!
Oh! Onto the bomb site though. Deviant won't get the defuse. Nice little play there. He sacrificed himself, but great presence of mind to throw that Molotov onto the bomb to prevent Deviant from actually getting the defuse. That is bitter sweet.
Jeez, that was some crazy stuff there. I thought the molly was maybe off as well, looking at his angle there. It's a huge risk to go for that, but as you said, not going to allow that defuse to happen again. Not on his watch, not a third time in a night.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the angle that he was going at, but it was just enough to prevent Deviant from actually getting onto that bomb to defuse. So nice work there from Tianki. Redeeming himself there as now Goliath Gaming really are on the back foot here. 3 of their players onto pistols. I mean, LeetPro with a full complement of everything that Oprah Winfrey could ever want.
Found it under their seats on the Oprah show, right?
100%. Everybody, you get a molly, you get a molly. Everybody get the molly.
And there's the entry for Slurry. That's going to help them big time. Being very careful, though, are LeetPro. We've seen them often get an early kill and then completely commit to a bomb site. This time, obviously, cognizant of the stakes of this game, slowing it down a little bit.
Nice to see all the LeetPro supporters from the female team here. Let's hope that they are afforded the same courtesy when they're playing on Wednesday from their male counterparts. It's just exactly what LeetPro needed. This is great confidence for them. They're taking energy, like you said, to a really close game on this map, and they came from one map down, especially like a 16-9 drubbing. Repaid the drubbing to Goliath with a 16-8 return favor, and now just really what looked like a great fight back from Goliath is turning out to be just good solid performance here from LeetPro as they push in onto this A bomb site.
TNT finally going to get himself a kill on the rotate, but the kills are going down on the bomb site, and Goliath Gaming still not out of it. This is just crazy stuff here, and LeetPro overextending a little bit. Cranky needs this kill, and without that kill, it's all over in this round, and it's going to be yet another, and I think LeetPro don't have money.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Overtime, no, please. Sweet baby Jesus.
Yep. It almost feels like it, unless, well, LeetPro, they're still able to get some weapons of consequence. Yeah, the last time there was the single AK hero, Bananas actually won the round pretty much single-handedly, so it's going to be on Slurry to do the same. Barry, you like a talisman for overtime. I'm going to stop asking you to cast.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm going.
I'm just kidding, of course. It's making for some great action, and I think if you'd asked a lot of people before the series, like, what's it going to be, people would mostly say 2-0 to Goliath. So the fact that it's even at this stage on a third map and it's this close, LeetPro are doing some amazing work, and recent lineup change as well.
It's still not over. Bananas has a deagle. Although I feel that should be in the hands of Cranks.
Oh, the hero AK playing its part here, but it gets traded off instantly. Now they need these pistols to ring out. Cranks gets himself one, and that is certainly going to help. I think he spotted the other player as well. Hack him though.
Doing some great work. 2 versus 2. AK in the hands of Bananas. Mac 10 in Cranks. Just don't line up, boys. That's not going to happen.
This is big stuff.
They both have defuse kits, but nothing to work with in the side of utils. No Molotov. No one's checking bathrooms. Oh,
Oh!
Deviant!
Wow. Okay, so it
No!
is.
No!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
God, no! God, no! No! No!
Penguin and Gmax, you are from henceforth banned forever from anything that Barry and I are casting. Just saying. We're kidding, of course. Overtime, it is 15 all. This has been a real seesaw game. We were saying it earlier, but it's sort of come even more to fruition here. And, well, Goliath Gaming, they rest the momentum back right at the death. They're going to want to carry that into the first half of overtime. Rule set here would be MR310K probably. So, yeah, it is MR310K. So, that means they get...
You've got to give Goliath credit, though. I mean, 10-5 at the half. They also lost the pistol round. It was 13-5. So, yeah.
You know,
you got to give them credit.
You absolutely do. I was planning to finish off an article that I'm supposed to submit after this, and geez, this is going long, guys.
Dude, this is not a happy Thrax.
Yeah, well, of course the game did start quite late as well because of some issues they were having because of the game being rescheduled. So that has led to it taking a little bit longer here. Barry, talk while I refill my water.
Okay, I'm talking. I'm talking about stuff while Xtremes does important fasting stuff. But I want to know from you people in the chat why you want overtime. Why? Why do you want overtime? No, we don't need that kind of negativity in our lives, guys.
And back.
And he's back.
Chat, what did he say about me, guys? I don't trust this guy. Kidding, of course. It is, well, first round of the first overtime. Let's hope it's the only overtime. We're the only CS casters I know of that actively don't want overtime. Most guys are like, oh, it's overtime. I'm so excited. You and I still have PTSD from last year.
It's because we look at the time. It's almost 12 o'clock. I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like I work for myself and I can just arrive whenever I want.
No comment?
I actually get to work at 6 o'clock every morning.
Madness. Jeez, you're going to be low on sleep, man. And Massacre, well, he gets plenty of information, but takes some punishment in return.
So, income raining the nades. Right now, it's all to play for. Damage being done onto little Tianki there. And Massacre also taking a bit of damage at this point. Just lots of noise, lots of bullets being fired. Everyone trying to stamp the authority on this game, and Goals does so. Tianki.
So there's the kill. And was that a team kill? And he shot Massacre as well down. So Neff doing big work here. He's still killing the enemy as well, so that's helping.
It is helping. 2 on 3. Goals down to nothing. Nefon doing great work with that AWP. And just that little wraparound from Goals. Oh, the anger. The anger. Unnecessary waste of bullets.
Well, it's not like 1.6 where you had to buy bullets, so definitely he's got that in his favor. And I guess if you're Goliath Gaming, you the favorites in this, you would be a little bit angry that it's at this point. You would have expected to be tucked neatly into bed and dreaming about your semi-final against Energy, right?
Completely. I was expecting a 2-0, 16, 16-2, 16-2. I'm lying, actually. I mean, we expected LeetPro to do well, like you said, 4 and 5 respectively on the table. So both of these teams are actually quite closely matched. But I mean, individual performances from players have just been off the charts. Who are we supporting in the chat here? I mean, there's a little bit of hearts for LeetPro, but I mean, I don't see anybody supporting Goliath here.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual. Goliath, one of the more popular MGOs in Neff.
Have fun.
Yeah, guys, if you have for Goliath, let us know. They need
Or
your
LeetPro.
energy.
I'm happy to hear about LeetPro.
Absolutely. Well, there we go.
Scorps is here.
Sounding off. There we got some GG fans. Neff in that previous round, though, he gets the team kill and just about wrecks Massacre and still rounds the round out. And we haven't seen a ton of the AWP on this map from Neff so far. Oh, bit too aggressive from Goals.
Nice trade there for LeetPro, just bringing those numbers back into their favor. They just look for an opening on any of these bomb sites.
So 4-on-4 and very little time left. LeetPro need to do something and they need to do it fast. There's Cranky trying to sell the fake, but I think with the time there, it's not really selling much of anything.
This is going to be hard work for them.
Still get the bomb down though. I don't know why Goliath would have allowed them into the bomb site, but it's not going to matter. They're just destroying them.
Nice work here from Goliath. They've kept all those rifles as well. So Goliath really are putting themselves in control here, taking command of this 17-15. Yeah. I think the LeetPro guys are tired as well. Want to go to bed with me? God, it's
You should stop saying inappropriate things, Anthrax. 17-15, and one more round of the half left here in this overtime. LeetPro not going to have an AWP this time, of course. Well, actually, geez, they have more money than I expected. I thought they might be struggling a little bit there, but no. Probably because of the bomb plant, they do have pretty much money for everything that they could want. They need to probably win this last round to make it possible for themselves in this game.
Right now, Goliath are going to be really happy with what they've been doing in this overtime. Building up confidence every time. Moments. Lots of movement from both of these teams. Lots of movement from the players.
I feel like for LeetPro on their T side, what's become quite apparent from them is that they tend to, when they commit to a bomb site, they don't... Oh, there's the spot. They don't really do fakes very well on this particular map. It's fairly obvious where they're going to go from early, and yeah, slowly trying to sell the fake. There are 3 players here though, so that might work in his favor. It's not that he sold it, it's just that they stacked it. And
yeah, there's plenty getting caught there. So Deviant Goals also doing some work there. Another one for the side of Goliath, as Goals just randomly spraying around. I say randomly, but I mean he had players all around him, so now it's just
that's
Deviant.
There we go.
That is the worst possible way to go down.
Wow, so fantastic nade out of Deviant, absolutely on point then. As I was criticizing LeetPro for not being that dynamic, they actually did switch it up nicely there, but it didn't work. They ran right into the stack, so unfortunate for them. And well, with the whitewash there for Goliath Gaming, you got to feel confident in them going into this next half.
Well, that's exactly it. It's that kind of play that just makes you, it does make you feel like super confident when you're playing. I mean, just great work there from Goals as well. Looking around, making, like I said, he was firing wildly, but the point is, I mean, he was surrounded by players there. LeetPro also need to just slow themselves down, take a bit of time, that time that they've got in this half, to try and readjust. We've seen them on the CS side, on the CT side rather, and they are very strong on this side as well.
In the chat, the LP players are too old for long games like this. Well, Touche, Goliath are relatively old aside from Massacre as well.
What's old?
I think for gamers, they think anything over 21's old. I don't, these gamer kids, man. What is this?
Who knows?
We're old, so we're still up. We're still going.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. We'll
eating
freely
coffee
admit
beans.
that.
Emax has already gone to bed, I bet you. No love from him anymore.
He's a fader. Interesting to see Neff with the AWP here on the T side. Didn't see much of that. And you got to say, he made a big difference on the CT half there in the first half of overtime. So didn't see much of it from them in their actual CT half, but their economy was under such tremendous pressure the entire time. And now in overtime, of course, you get that sort of big upfront cash injection. And I don't know, maybe has that helped Goliath here a bit?
I think it's that, and that little charge towards the end where they got those rounds. Like I said, they were 13-5. Nefon actually, yeah, that was.
Oh!
I was about to sing. That was just a matter of semantics. But Nefon just whipping out the deagle. Oh my god, that was sore.
Madness. So this situation, what this basically means is if Goliath Gaming win this round, it is pretty much the game. They needed 4 here in overtime, and it looks like they're going to do it. It's on Vinny, and Vinny alone. And he's worried that he might be catching a backstab here, and he would be right about that, considering where Neff is. Neff can hear him as well, and he burns Neff completely. Vinny's still in with the shot here. What is he doing?
I think something's going horribly awry here. No defuse kits, and taking longest way possible. Sleep sides.
I think he was confused about whether that was the last round.
It is the last round.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Vinny there, man. You could see he thought he had more rounds in the tank. Of course, it has gotten late. They've been playing for a long time, so it looks a little bit anticlimactic, but bit of a failure of communication there. And well,
I'm sad for LeetPro being 13-5 up. That can be soul destroying.
Yeah, I do feel for them, man. It looked like they had that game. We were even calling it pretty much, and then Goliath turned things on its head. But overall, a really exciting 3-map series here, and I'm also excited to see what LeetPro can do in the future, because they've certainly shown that they can ride with the big dogs.
Well, if anything, they could possibly be one of the big dogs. I mean, you almost feel that if it goes their way, one of those games, it could be a defining or a tipping moment for them to actually go on to do some great stuff. So from my side, I think it's really exciting to see a team like LeetPro doing that well.
Absolutely, and well played to Goliath Gaming. They pulled it out of the fire, showed some tremendous character here, so also great for them. And I think great for all of us. The greatest thing for you, of course, Barry, is that you get to go to bed because you've got to go to work early.
Yeah, and gym, work, things like that.
Cool, guys. Well, we really appreciate you guys joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Good to see so many of you, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great evening.
Chains. The answer's always very clear. When the guilty is to blame, I'm moving mountains. Oh, can't you see? I won't stop till you surrender.